And I am absolutely loving it.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast we'll ever listen to for the 200th time.
Your final bros are here. It's Brian Hopwell Lagrosta and Shane Mordecai Smith. This is, oh God, I am so excited for this.
I am too. 200 episodes in. 200. 17 studios later. 45 mics later. We're here. 200.
What a blessing. What a blessing it is. Let me say, Shane, it's been a fun ride.
It really
and it feels great to celebrate.
Hell
Cheers,
yes.
my guy.
Cheers.
As we did this 2 years ago for our 100th episode, we reviewed the ABCs of Death. Now we are back 2 years later reviewing the ABCs of Death 2. Same thing. 26 short clips. We got 13 of our buddies here to review, 2 a pop. It's going to be wild. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. We're probably going to get a little schwasted.
Most likely, because as always is tradition, we have Crystal Head Vodka here in the studio because that is now a 100-episode tradition.
Old habits die hard.
And with that said, I think it's time. Well, so do we just get a guest or do we jump into the spooky pit first? Explain it. Let's jump into the spooky pit
I just
first.
spilled shit all over me.
Perfect. We're on the money. Let's jump into that spooky pit.
The ABCs of Death 2, released in 2014, 26 short films, all related to death. Bloody, gory, disgusting, various directors, various actors. Not much different from the first one, but definitely some real weird shit.
Yeah, we're about to get real fucking weird.
What I love about this, though, is not even like it's the rationale behind each one. Us trying to understand what the director was thinking.
Oh yeah,
like what's going on in that person's head?
Yeah, is this man disturbed? Probably. So let's deep dive into it. I'm gonna go get our first guest.
Go get him, Nikki.
In studio.
Shane,
welcome.
Give me the remote, Shane.
Of course. Here you are.
Okay, glad to be back.
Yes, the 200th episode. Your first ever time on the podcast was the 100th, if I'm correct?
No, I did Gremlins before that.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah, so this is actually my 10th.
I believe now,
episode,
yes, you've been on a scream kick for us. You did Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, you know.
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of good ones. Hey, yeah, but one bad one, but you know.
It can't all be winners. I mean, we throw, look at Benanti. All we do is give him bad movies.
And nothing changed in this set too. Like when we get to his part, he pre-recorded his. He couldn't be here today for this big celebration. Loser. No, we understand. But we made sure to give him the worst one, which he liked.
Yeah, he will stand by the fact that P is good.
Yeah, like that's
P ain't
crazy.
good.
P is trash. Yeah. It's probably not the worst one in here.
No, it's not, because there's H.
But it's probably the second worst or the third.
All right, so we're doing A is for amateur to open up. Nick, right off the bat, what'd you think of the sketch?
Okay, compared to what I had last year, this was like an Oscar winner.
Yeah,
compared to what I had
actually,
last year. It was
that's
insane. But
true.
honestly, it wasn't too bad. I liked the whole, he starts off going through his mind, how he's going to play it out. Of course, everything goes batshit wrong, but you know what? It has a story. It makes sense. It makes sense to the letter. It's not like one of these random letters that you get in some of these other movies and doesn't tie together. So I actually think it worked pretty well, like as a whole. I enjoyed it, honestly.
We're all thinking it, so I'm just going to go out and say
let's hear it.
So this is a story about a hitman that's making a hit, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like I don't know if you don't get context behind who he's trying to kill, but it's this dude who's watching these strippers. Yeah. Let's compare the strippers to what you've seen at Rowantique. We're all thinking it, so. Right?
The movie does a better job with the strippers.
Oh, okay.
Because Rowantique it's a scary place. The floors are sticky. No one wants to be there.
True. Do you like the prep here for the hitman?
I love his prep. That's what is so great about this. You see all this prep, this badass guy. He's going to go through the vents. He's going to crawl. He's going to snipe everyone, cut the power. It's going to be great. Man, does it go to shit fast because little do people know, actual vents in real life are covered in cobwebs and bugs.
Bugs,
And I guess
cobwebs.
a lot of leftover screws hanging around. Like this dude was bleeding out of every part of his body, it seemed like, before he even got close to doing his
It's not easy to be a hitman.
No.
No one ever said it was.
And that's why, because if it was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone just be killing everyone.
And he's an amateur. He ain't ready for
That's
the big time.
it. That's it. So, like, what's going on here? He's got, like, what? He's got dynamite. He's shooting. He's quipping. These girls are just making out with each other. This gang. Is he a gangster? Is he in the Irish mob?
I believe he's supposed to hit like the head of a gang. That's what it looks like.
There's no way this.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Some drug mob or something along those lines.
There's no way you could have those sideburns and not be in the Irish mob. Like,
Right. Agreed. So in his premonition, he gets through the vent. He kills the guy instantly. It's all good. In real life, while he's going through the vent, like Nick said, bugs, just an excessive amount of nails and screws everywhere where he keeps puncturing his skin.
His hand, his cheek, his side. He's just bleeding everywhere. Yeah. And then he also doesn't realize how thin these air ducts actually are.
Thin, tough crawl space, man. Real tough.
So, like, he dies in real life in the vent because 3 weeks later, they smell a horrible smell in the room. And when the guy goes to pull him out, and I actually love this, the dead body falls on him. The maggots fall off his face into that guy's mouth.
Gross.
And then the gun still goes off and kills his target. So, to be fair, is he a good assassin? Because he still hit the target through death.
Yeah, I just think it's just like you can prepare all you want to, but the actual execution will be it'll never go as smooth as you want it to go.
You know what? At least he's 1 for 1.
Yeah, he made it. He hit his mark.
He will actually always end his career 1 for 1.
Batting 1,000. You know, I respect it. You know,
He gets a posthumous fucking Hitman award.
Yeah. Okay. So now I want to do a little tie-in from Final Friday for this.
Sure.
There's a little spin I've been working on.
Okay.
We're going to do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down for the segment. We
Okay.
don't have to do the countdown, but I would say this is a thumbs up A.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a thumbs
I'm
up.
giving it a
This
thumbs up.
is a really good one.
Okay.
based off what I've seen, easy thumbs up.
Okay. So now we move to B, which is for Badger. And I know Brian is a big fan of honey badgers.
Of course, because my Patronus is a badger.
See?
Okay, yeah,
So-
I learned something new today.
Now, Nick, you were on an animal one last time.
That was bad. Yeah,
But that one had to do with squashing kittens underneath heels.
yeah, that one was gross. Yeah, the prostitute stepping on a cat's neck. Not really it, but at least this one, it has a little bit of like a documentary vibe to it. You don't know if like it's Animal Planet or whatnot. And you know what? They're just trying to preserve the life of these badgers because they got these giant nuclear plants or whatever they are. And you know what? Sometimes you get a little too close to the animals.
Yeah, the animals are going to go crazy because it's basically Chernobyl over here.
Yes, that's what I took it as. Now, Brian, you're a big fan of David Attenborough.
I am not.
How did you feel about this guy trying to say he's better than David Attenborough?
I also think that's a little crazy. I mean, like this guy, I thought it was really funny how he kept going at Attenborough winning all these awards, and he's like, I'm just keep falling short to Attenborough. He mentioned it like 17 times.
It was the main part of this. You actually don't see the badger in this, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I like that too. He's a shot from like that found footage style.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. I like him being a diva. He is really funny. The guy
He's
Peter.
hilarious.
He's just kind of like shitting on. He's like, "Who the hell are you?" Just like some random fill-in gaffer.
Gaff. Yeah. So eventually, as this guy's like being a diva, they realize the badger is still in the hole, and it like takes the mic. What's that actually called? The thing you put over a microphone.
Oh,
buzz?
it's it's like I forgot what it's called.
Sleeve or something.
It is like the
Boom mic sleeve.
Yeah, it's like the weird filter.
And like, so when the guy comes back over to keep complaining, they're like, hey, there's actually badgers in here. He's like, there ain't no badgers in here. I'm the guy. I know if they were badgers in here. And he gets yanked under.
That's a good yank.
That was great, Yank.
That's like a high school yank.
Yeah.
Well, even before, oh my god. Well, even before that, you see that little sleeve like shoot through the sky beforehand. So you just hear him yelling off the top of his lungs. It's only a matter of time till you see his body flying through the sky.
I love that scene when his body plops down and he looks up and he's just like, cut.
Look, he down talks these guys so much,
Yes.
and then he's like, "Get me out of here! Help me! Help me!" He's like,
And then
he's
they're
getting
just like,
pulled in.
oh, no, know about that.
Well, and he always said, keep the camera rolling. He didn't
Yeah,
want
that's a
cuts.
fact.
You know what? They kept it rolling the entire time.
You are
And what's the name of the
absolutely right.
cameraman?
He paid the price.
Brian.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah,
That, if there's one thing I know about Brian, he does not stop filming.
I wouldn't stop if a badger was swallowing the sky whole.
No,
It's the best
Brian's
footage
getting
you get.
footage. Brian's all about the content.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would be kind of scared, but it would be very intriguing to see a scene like this in real life, like with all of the power plant,
Yeah.
like the stacks of the power plants.
Yeah,
pretty
it's actually
sick.
gonna be really
It would make me so nervous though, after watching Chernobyl and
that
seeing
you
how that
were
went
getting
down.
radiation from just standing,
Just
over there.
standing near it, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you got to think about people work there.
Work there,
Yeah.
but they probably die of cancer, sadly, because radiation's not to be joked about.
That
So-
Chernobyl thing
Chernobyl
was
was
really
scary.
was crazy.
And yeah, I guess we're gonna end on a dark note because that is basically B. What would you say, Nick?
I'm gonna give it another thumbs up. I like this one again. You know, I got lucky this year. I got two back-to-back good ones. I enjoyed them. They had good comic relief to them. You know, I enjoyed them. They're not bad. Look at it.
He gets cut in half and
Pretty good.
he's like, cut.
I had to do you a solid this year because man, did we fuck you over last time.
You are owed big time.
Yeah.
This is not even it's not even up for a discussion.
Yeah.
Nick actually got first pick.
Yeah,
You got first
Nick
pick.
literally was the first person. We're like, what letters do you want? These look good. I'm like, you're in. We're marking
Actually,
you in.
he might have been the only person we let pick.
Actually,
Yeah.
Caitlin.
I just told her S was one of the best ones,
Okay.
so she took S without any context.
Okay, fair. So yes, Nick, you were actually the only person really that got
Yeah.
a say. Everyone else were like,
We assigned,
this
yeah.
looks good for them.
Yeah, we try to match to the profile of the guest.
So thank you for being on.
yeah, no,
Thank you
it
for
was
being a part of the
pleasure.
200th. I would tell you to go get someone for us for the next part, but they're actually already in the room.
See, perfect timing.
But now, as is tradition on the 100th episode,
Oh boy, here we go.
get the fuck out of the room.
Thanks for having me.
Nothing changed in 2 years. Thanks, Nick. Got beat.
Thank you.
You'll be back. That's it. That's it.
All right, bye. Get the fuck out. All right, Matt, get the fuck in the chair now.
All right,
In the
Matt.
chair.
Matt, who's sitting in? He's our new producer. Matt, get in the chair.
Yes.
Got the chops.
Get on the casting couch.
Get in the casting couch.
All right.
Okay. C is for capital punishment. Let's
Yes.
get political.
Let's
Something that we never do on this
No,
podcast.
we stay out of politics because that's a divisive thing. But guess what? It's the 200th. Do you like Israel and Palestine? We're going to get to that.
Oh yeah, we are. We're also going to get into capital punishment. We for or against.
Yeah, are you big on putting people down for stealing candy bars? Because I'm starting to think I am.
Oh my God.
Too far. It's the 200th.
It's 200th. Capital punishment. For it or against it. Matt, thoughts?
Oh, no.
Air the dirty laundry?
Depending on it. But yeah, no. This is this is an interesting one. They're punching him. They're kicking him.
It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah, literally.
And the thing is, it doesn't start they've already got him.
Yeah.
So it starts from the fact that they got him, and now they're thinking of next steps.
Yeah.
He thinks he's getting a fair trial. Haha.
And he's saying, why isn't there? Why aren't you taking this to the police? And they're like, fuck that. And they're saying, let's take this in our own hands. And what I don't understand, why does he admit that he did it?
He does because they say, if you just admit to it, we'll bring you to the police. So he admits to it, thinking he'll go to the police, and then he'll just get a lawyer and explain the
Right.
situation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Instead, they're just like, well, we got him. Let's kill him.
Yeah. So they basically coerce him to say yes. They lie to him, and then they're going to execute him. And then the thing is,
I actually love this twist.
this is the big twist. This is big twist.
They find out the girl isn't even dead. She just ran away from home and she's been found missing. And now they send two guys to hurry up and go save this guy because they know he's being executed in the woods.
And this is old school. This is like they're bringing the elephant gun, and I thought they were gonna shoot him.
So did I.
It's not a firing squad. It's worse than that. And these guys are not professionals. Let's just start
No.
there.
I love how the priest is just casually sitting there, right, about to watch him
Oh my-
get killed.
yes.
And just hands him the flask.
He does that. He blesses him. I do love. Okay, so the guys who are going to save him get into a car accident and they bust their face into the windshield and die. What I love though about the guy getting executed is the priest is like, God, for God's sake, man, do it merciful. And he's like, shut the fuck up, Father.
Yeah. So the execution, they put him on a stump. They hang his head over the stump. They got an axe that you think they're just gonna slice it. It's not Game of Thrones over here in the woods. This is
No.
someone that has never done this before. Clearly,
They did not sharpen the axe. And
Axe
you
is not sharp.
always sharp. They also aren't even using a full axe. That's like a fucking
that shit is dull.
yeah.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna say perhaps they've done it in the past, so that's why it is dull.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
This is a very amateurish job.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, I mean, honestly, if you're doing this, if you've done this before, you should
you
know.
just-
Yeah.
I don't even think that thing could cut through wood.
That's the thing. It's so thin. It's a terrible axe. This is such a bad way to go. It takes about 8 whacks, and then they actually have to carve the rest off with a
He's like, I'll
knife.
fucking do it again.
Yeah, he's probably dead. He's gonna die here though. Like that's a jugular right there. So, but yeah, they're basically hacking his neck, and they can't cut through it. So this man is just bleeding out and getting like hit in the neck, and they're not even hitting the same spot.
No, this is absolutely horrific.
He's
to
just,
actually
he's
watch.
just wailing.
Yeah.
And of
He's
course,
like, let it end.
with the practical you'd expect from the ABCs of Death too, his skin is like falling off like
And you
paper
just
mache.
think that
Yeah.
The guy takes out a knife and just cuts the rest of it.
And then they fucking take his neck blood and smear, and they're like, "You've been blood now."
Your blood now.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I
And
definitely don't want to be part of that time.
no, and that is C for capital punishment, which will go to you. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I actually like that.
Me too. I'm actually also going to give it a thumbs up.
We are 3 for 3 so far.
3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3.
Now let's get divisive. D is for deloused. Matt, please, for the love of God, explain anything that happened in this.
Yeah, so there is a lot of BS that goes on here. I mean, so what apparently it means, I believe it means getting rid of
Bugs,
fleas,
right? Yeah. Fleas. Okay.
Go, that's what getting
Yeah.
deloused means. Like you get rid of the
Yeah.
fleas.
So before I knew that definition, I had a large theory, but I'll get into that towards the end of it. But pretty much, by the looks of it, they're injecting. They put a needle into a flea's neck, and they're trying to kill him.
I'm glad you're struggling because
really struggling.
basically what it then happens is they knock a bug off of a spike nose. The bug gets squashed. The bug then forms into a bigger bug, which sucks on the guy's arm. But then the bug's asshole opens up, and there's a teddy bear in the asshole that needs to eat heads.
It's like a dual-sided.
Yes, it's like a person and a teddy bear, right?
Yes.
Inside a bug's asshole. And the bug just keeps saying, "You pay for your life."
Yeah.
Which, okay, yeah, you do. But as the bug keeps eating the guy's arm, it gets into a sharper knife.
Yeah, it gets into a sharper knife. Like it just starts like corroding his arm and getting more like
Knifey.
knife. Yeah, like it's
And
sharp.
He cuts off the people's heads that did this to him. He feeds the heads to the asshole.
Yeah, they're asking for blood. Like
Yes.
he needs to feed them.
So you pay for your life. Does that mean you get revenge when needed? Like, what is the...
Central message here.
So
Yeah.
I have a theory. So
Okay, let's hear it.
I think I have no idea if this is actually the theory or if this is actually what it was supposed to be, but because this is just insane. But I think that it's like a devil. Like so, the devil gives him life again, and then says, "Okay, now you have to kill. You have to do something in order to get your life." And then the devil ends up tricking him into eventually losing his life.
This guy might be on something.
That is great
Is that
because
like-
I didn't get that, but
Yeah.
I do agree. Like, I can
It
kind
makes
of
sense.
I kind of see where you're going with
Yeah.
that.
I mean, because he ends up taking his arm,
Yeah.
and then he says, "You pay for life." So then he ends up just going into the next room, just slaughtering heads and just feeding it into the asshole.
Wow.
So the devil is just the asshole.
The devil is just the asshole.
I will.
That's
say,
fucking deep, and it could mean none of that, but I'm buying it.
I'm buying it. And what else do we have? Like, yeah, you have to buy it.
the little creature in the asshole. It kind of like the first creature. It looked like kind of like a saw, saw looking person, like the face, but then it looks like a freaking like panda bear. Or something.
How dare you kill a flea? Like you if you're gonna kill a flea, you should have to kill yourself.
So,
Yes.
Also,
Right? That's what it is.
So before I knew the definition, that was my theory. But now what I also think, I think that that insect. So apparently, delousing means an insect kills the fleas.
Okay.
So I think that the other creatures are fleas. And the insect ends up killing all the fleas.
I can't-
I think that's the premise of it. But I like my theory.
I just
like
can't
it.
wait to listen to this on playback.
Yeah. Trying to like actually figure it all out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean. This is a wild one to even explain.
Truly wild. kind of loved it at the same.
Yeah.
I know you hated it. It's kind of wild.
Well, that's why we're gonna do our thumbs up. We'll start with our guest and work our way.
I had to think way too much. I'm gonna give it a down.
I also am giving it a thumbs down. I had a feeling. So Brian is 4 for 4 now.
It's just so bizarre and like I don't know. I kind of liked it. Is it hard to explain? Yeah, it's like basically he has to. So he kills a flea. He has to kill now, like to feed the fucking demon butt.
It's fucking weird.
I want you to know I had to watch this probably about 4 times
To make any sense of it?
To actually come to that conclusion, and it's probably one of the more wilder conclusions.
And then the big roach goes into the portal and becomes a little roach again.
And it's over. Everyone's dead. Just wild stuff. So, with that said, Matt, I know you're going to be sitting here like doing producer stuff, but first, you have to get the fuck out.
That's true.
You have to get us amp and ante, and then you have to get the fuck back in and sit in that corner.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah, just go get the fuck out.
get out.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Scrap is here, and now we are
Cab's here.
on to E. Equilibrium. Just dudes stranded on a beach.
I like this one a lot. I'm not gonna lie. This is a bro flick.
I feel singled out. For as soon as I started watching, I'm like, oh, this was targeted. I was targeted.
A little bit. Yeah, we just felt like you were the ultimate bro guy. You're
You're bro
You're
guy.
the guy hanging out. I don't know if you cold ones on the beach.
Yeah.
Things get
Bro.
dicey though.
Things get dicey. So the premise of this is you got two men that have been look castaways, if you will.
Yes.
They both look like Tom Hanks. We both
Yes.
know.
They
we know
even have the volleyball.
So they had a Wilson call out in there.
Yeah, they both have tremendously long beards. They have a coconut hole. And they're bros. You know, they're bros. Thing is, what happens when two bros are so close, stranded, having a good time? Only one thing could fuck it up.
Women be shopping.
Women be shopping. So this harlot comes out of nowhere. Where does she come from?
the shores. I think she just washed. Apparently, this is the Bermuda Triangle, and people keep washing up on shore.
Oh yeah, she's an ocean demon. Yeah. She did exactly what women do. They come out of the ocean and ruin men's lives.
That's a fact. That's it. Ruin men's lives.
Because they try, like, these are two guys. They're just doing bro stuff. And she tries to drive a wedge between them.
Women be shopping. Women be swimming up. Women be birthing.
Yeah. So she's going to start getting the one to be on her side. They're going to start doing all those, like, little things, like shopping on the beach or, like...
Birthing on the beach.
Yeah, or, like, you know, making dinner on the beach.
Cleaning, vacuuming on the beach, serving their man on the beach. And I like it a lot because it does pan to them doing all these activities. Like, the camera shot just revolves around the screen.
And the one guy just getting super jealous. Like, he got friend zoned on that hair tussle right there.
And he didn't like
knew
it.
He knew it.
Oh yeah, she played him like a fiddle.
Yeah. I also like his... Can we talk about his bandana? I mean, like, that's pretty cool, right? He cut those sleeves himself.
Oh yeah, that had nothing to do with the landing on the beach. That was man made.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Look at that strut. Oh, my God.
So the way I described this guy was if you bought Karl Urban off of Wig. Oh my God. And it has nothing to do with his face. It's all the wig.
Yes.
Wig.
Yeah, it makes sense. So jealousy is going to start really spreading between the two guys. And the guy is going to then attack the other guy and start punching his face in. He's about to finish him off with a coconut. And you think, no, this is the end of brohood. But instead, he pegs that harlot with the coconut.
I love that turn because, like, it was like a big moment, right? It was like an intense moment. Is he gonna bash his bro's head in? His longtime castaway, as far as we know. And he's looking at her, and she's like, "Yeah." And then he looks back, and she's like, "No." And then he just fucking dodgeballs her face, her harlot face.
It was an impeccable throw.
Yeah. Oh, he nailed it.
Oh yeah, this guy's he is an all-star.
Yeah, no, he ain't throwing 4 interceptions. He is, like, out there and he is doing it, and he hits his target every time.
Yeah.
Then it ends with the most. That's why you're here. The most you message of all time, where instead of saying send help,
like it did in the beginning.
It just says send beer.
Incredible.
And you know Stone Cold's coming.
That's right.
You know he's delivering.
That's right. He's sending
Love it.
that beer.
Love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just you're the bro, and that's why we had you on here. It's perfect.
It is pretty perfect.
This is bro.
Yeah, like this is the ultimate guy moment because there's nothing stronger than a bro connection.
I call it equilibrium.
Yes, and I'm gonna call this. So we've been doing this thing every segment. We have our guests and ourselves thumbs up or thumbs down the segment.
Okay.
So for equilibrium, what would you give it?
Oh, I'm giving it a big old thumbs up.
I am also giving it a big old thumbs up.
That is I thumbs up every one so far.
Yeah, so let's get to this one. F is for falling.
Okay, here we go.
Scrap, give us your deep thoughts on the Israeli-Palestine conflict.
If we're gonna get right down to it,
Let's get down to brass tacks.
you know, people be terrorizing.
That's a fact. With those white horses.
Yeah, I mean, you got Hamas riding the white horse.
Nothing sums up Hamas better than strapped shoes.
Hamas. Hummus.
Oh, there's a reason I don't like hummus. But yeah, so it's so weird because, like, the Israeli chick, they make her extraordinarily hot and cleavage filled.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see what the deeper meaning is.
Have you ever seen any non-attractive Israeli military women in movies?
No, they hit us with this is Israeli propaganda.
The best part about this is how every time the clear Arabic man speaks, they have to put a caption saying it's part Arabic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know if this scene is racist, but it starts to feel a little racist.
So essentially, she's stuck in a tree that is maybe like 5 feet off the ground, and she can't get out of it. She can't unlatch the backpack because she's stuck there.
Yeah, but like when she coerces this guy with her cleavage, essentially to like come up to the tree and like cut her down. This is the thing. Women be having weak ankles.
Oh, the incredibly weak ankles.
This is the shortest fall that resulted in a broken leg I've ever witnessed.
But
in
not
my
even just a
entire
broken
life.
leg, like a hairline fracture.
Oh, yeah, this is a compound. This is bone out of skin. It is bad. She's also the most unprepared military member in the entire Israeli Defense Force.
That's a fact. So he's pointing a rifle at her, the kind of rifle you'd get in the duck hunt pack in 1985. Like he's not more like, what are they equipping their terrorists with? This is a shabby thing if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he rode up on a white donkey. That's probably about as unorganized as it gets when it comes to military.
For sure. I mean, I guess they're going off the premise he's really young.
Yeah.
He's
I think
young
he's supposed
terrorist.
to be like the older teenager, I guess, but like...
And she's like, you got to get me out of here. Hop on the tree, you coward. You won't get up on this
Yeah, she
tree.
entices him with that. Also, like, okay, so her ankle breaks or whatever when she jumps, and then she starts to run away. But, like, he's goofy ass, fumbles the gun and shoots himself in the head, and he falls out of the tree.
It's wild.
And then she just quits and gets arrested? Like, what kind of military girl is she? Go get the gun and defend yourself.
When it comes to in-movie deaths, dying by gun falling out of tree, I would have never seen coming.
Like,
I'm going to make a bold statement. Not one person who arrives in that truck looks like they're Arabic in any way.
no. No. This scene is just something else.
I love the line, though. Like, when she needs to get down, she's like, I really have to pee. He goes,
Yeah.
You women just can't hold it in.
He does say that. Like, what the fuck?
She also makes no attempt to fall down to, like,
No.
support the fact that her leg is broken. She just stands on it and goes for it.
The whole scene is also, how does he end up like that?
I don't know.
None of it makes sense.
I want to know how he got shot in the side of the head when the gunshot came from below.
Below him. Oh my god. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
another
don't
one.
know. So this scene was weird. So instead of thumbs upping and thumbs downing, I'm gonna say pro Israel or anti Israel.
I don't know which is which.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just joke about it. I'm joking. I'm gonna say for this actual scene, thumbs down.
I'm going to say thumbs down.
Whatever one thumbs down was. This is my first
It's
thumbs.
only
Yeah.
because everything about this makes no sense.
Yeah, it's wild. Wild.
Absolutely Just
And then she
terrible.
touches him like she has like sympathy for him.
It's so weird.
Yeah, as if they built a bond in the 27-second.
He brings people together.
Wild. And these terrorists in the Mitsubishi.
The most terrorist thing about them is them driving up a Mitsubishi.
Well, Scrap, thanks a lot for being on. It's
course.
always a pleasure to have you be on. You are someone like my brother where we gave better letters the second time around.
Thank God, because last year was rough.
Yeah, we also didn't treat you well. This movie in general is just better than the first one.
It is much better in my opinion.
100%.
Yeah.
So in typical final podcast fashion, get the fuck out.
Neat.
Never gets old.
Yep. And,
Never gets old.
And bring us that cannibal gypsy Mike G.
Thanks, Scrap. Was fun.
It was until you had to get the fuck out.
You're really milking that.
Oh, yeah.
You're enjoying it.
Oh, okay. I think we had off on
I
it.
feel like this is your idea.
Yeah, I love it. I didn't steal it. Never would have.
How's it going, Matt?
Not too bad.
Okay.
We're chilling.
We had our fun. Oh,
There he is. You'll know him from Final Friday if you watch that.
G is for Mike G.
Who's that guy?
That's Matt, the producer.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a slave to me.
A slave, Matt.
Yes. So, did we give you this letter because it has to do with your last name G, or did we give it to you because you hate old people?
I do hate the old, but I feel like it's a double entendre.
No.
It was strictly one reason.
It was strictly because you hate old people.
Yeah.
Oh, because I hate the old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually G for granddad. And if I know one thing about Mike, he was absolutely loving it.
I'm absolutely loving it.
It might be the greatest line in a movie ever. Like, to be
It's
honest.
incredible.
Dude, let's open Final Friday every time.
I'm absolutely loving it.
And then I'll be like, Matt, slave.
Slave man.
Okie dokie. Let's talk granddad.
Let's do it.
Pause real quick. 200.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank-
thanks, sir.
Proud of you guys. Proud of you guys.
I'm proud of us
Thank
too.
you.
Like I said, from humble beginnings, huddled around one mic in Brian's bedroom.
That COVID-soaked bedroom.
It was. Up until now, where we were in our 15th studio with our 14th producer.
14
You
producer.
guys birthed a whole new show with a whole new...
Person.
Whole new vibe, really.
It's a
Who
vibe.
the fuck brushes their teeth like this?
Yeah, my Caitlin couldn't do this one.
Yeah.
This was tough because she's obviously with the teeth thing. That was a problem for her.
What's worse, the way he brushes or his body?
Okay, so the problem, like, he's really thin.
He's super
Like
thin.
exceptionally thin.
Like, I just want to give him a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like fucking dripping off
Loving
his
it.
chin.
Is he supposed to be Russell Brand?
So
I think
he's
that's what he's going for.
the story is he's living with his granddad for the
Yeah.
past year. He's wearing these red tight underwear, and he's otherwise not wearing clothes. He's mocking his granddad. They're getting into arguments. I guess this is what happens when you live for so long. You start getting frustrated with the person you're living with. So he's lying down in the bed, and all of a sudden he hears his granddad just poking his ass from the bed.
Yeah.
He's literally in the mattress.
Just in the mattress. And he's absolutely loving it, that
yeah.
being in there. And essentially, he's just trying to become his grandson.
Yeah. So he's been observing him over the past year, and the problem is, and the granddad's wearing the same clothes as him.
Who has a better body?
There's a granddad-shaped hole in the mattress.
Yeah. You think so? That's the thing. How does he not notice that?
I don't know.
Because like I like to use the full bed kind of guy.
He's cramping
I
his
notice the hole.
he's cramping his style,
Oh, I thought you were
dude.
talking about fucking.
No, that guy don't fuck. That guy only wanks.
Yeah, he wanks. All the wanking and the farting. He's
Yeah.
cramping his style for the past year. So he's dressed just like him. The long hair,
The body.
the body, the red underwear.
The unbelievable body.
The only thing the grandpa has different is he has his mollusk opener from Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, by the way.
That's a country in Africa.
Oh. He wasn't in Chad.
He clearly was in Chad. You see that mollusk opener that he literally inserts slowly into his grandson's neck, murdering him? That's a good blood spurt.
Is
That's
that the
gotta be a
Is that a
juggy.
jugular?
That's gotta be a clean
Because
juggy.
it's squirting every time his heart beats.
You think he ordered that finger pointer on the internet?
I think he went to Chad.
I don't think he ever
literally
went to Chad.
Bro, you think that guy went to Chad?
Is that where his dick
buying it.
got cut off?
Do you think he lost his dick in Chad?
I just think it shriveled up over time and disappeared.
Or maybe, oh, look
He's
at-
gonna pop off those trunks. You're gonna see. He's got balls. He don't got a dick.
He don't
though.
got a dick.
He can't wank. I
dick-
think he
he's
took
dickless.
all the wanking from him.
Yes.
Like, he stole all his wank potential.
Yes, like if you wank so much, your grandfather starts to lose their penis.
He
like a
cramped his
thing.
style,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he took all the wanking from him.
Yes.
Which would be interesting though, because in that theory, technically, like, wouldn't you lose your balls and not your dick?
That's a good point. Yeah, they would
They would
shrivel up
just
to
shrivel?
nothing because you wouldn't have any of the seed.
No, we know about wanking. Bro, I used to be a good wanker.
I was a professional wanker for years.
Shane, we've wanked in a room together.
Sometimes you had to, you know, this is the circle jerk. We're out here playing the Limp Bizkit,
There he is,
but
doing his work.
he's killing the game. So, Mike,
Is he gonna be on the B show?
Matt, you be on the B show.
Mike, we've been doing this thing. It's a new idea.
I don't care.
No, you're going to care. So it's a new thing we want to do for this episode. It's never been done before. At the end of every segment, we're giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down if we like the segment or not.
Oh wow,
Never been done before.
I've never heard of it.
So would you thumbs up Granddad?
Fuck no.
Wait, really? You're giving Granddad the thumbs down?
Big down.
I'm giving it a thumbs up.
He's consistent with the hating old people.
Yeah,
What are you
I'm
saying?
giving it a thumbs
I
up.
hate them.
Okay, now we move on to H is for head games.
This one might potentially be the worst one in the entire sequence of 26.
Yes. It might even be the worst in the sequence of 26 in the other movie.
But we could go off Bry's theory that is in fact Iman Shumpert,
You ever
former NBA not
Superstar.
star,
Superstar.
role player.
He's a very strong defensive role player, right?
He
So, like,
was.
you ever just see like Amon Shumpert suck face?
Like drawn from pencil, but then he sucks face so hard, half his tongue wraps around the person's face, and then they have to shoot eyeballs at each other and snot at each other, and then their noses explode and their whole faces explode, and then there's a satellite dish, and then the scene ends.
It's right. So it's just like a weird sketch. It's like
Yeah.
a pencil sketch of them just like spitting back and forth. Their bodily fluids are getting exchanged. Is this just basically like the metaphor of like men and women just like struggling in a relationship and they're getting frustrated with each other? And it's just manifesting into them just spilling out their eyeballs and,
And the only way to
UFOs.
solve your problems is to morph into.
Nothingness. I think it's the head games that men and women play with each other causes them to lose their face.
So what's with the UFOs though?
Oh, the aliens control us via satellite and the news.
It's a good conspiracy.
This is like, they're just like, and then there's a
Yeah, they're
morphing.
morphing.
They're
They're
becoming
morph.
like, just like they're like just so much integration, like anger integration. It's like a lot of brain matter getting splattered between them, and then the UFOs are just shooting up that brain matter.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So he has a comp. It's Iman Shumpert. Well, who does she look like? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Rosa Parks?
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh, it's so fucking hard to do this.
Or it could have been Annette Bening, maybe. I don't know.
Jeez.
She was in American Beauty.
Yeah, she's a classic.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Did you fuck Annette?
I'm gonna say thumbs down for for head games.
No passion bump.
It's
I'm gonna
the-
say-
God no.
it's
God,
the-
no.
It's the worst thing. I've
Yeah,
ever
this is
seen.
probably either the
down.
first worst or the worst or the second worst.
This is, in my opinion, this is the worst in the whole movie. There are some that get close, but this one sucks.
See, it feels like I've done this like 100 times or so on a
No, we've never done it before. It's a new thing we're doing.
maybe a different show.
No, you've never done it. This is only for this the
Sure about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is fun. Thanks,
was-
Mike.
yeah, it was
This
great.
was a pleasure.
Yeah.
What would you feel about me like sitting in?
There's no room. Because
you
we
want-
have a producer now.
You could technically take this chair and sit over there if you want to sit in. You could sit on that.
Yeah, but you do first.
I feel like you don't. He doesn't want me to sit.
Well, no. You
That's
can
what I'm
sit in.
getting.
You can sit in.
Don't
But
touch
no.
me.
You have to
Don't
do
touch
this thing
me.
for us. You have to get up, get the fuck out,
Okay.
and then get Danny.
It's Danny's turn.
Yeah.
Who was before me?
Strap.
How did he do?
Much better than you.
Okay. Who was before?
kidding.
Who was Nick?
It was Matt.
Matt. He's a slave.
And then Nick.
Okay.
Slave.
How was Nick?
Nick was great. He's up there.
I broke the fucking microphone.
See,
it is.
some things he didn't break it. He just hit the fucking thing because it's Mike. He's just
I hit eject. I eject too quick sometimes.
Okay.
So do you want me to leave?
I want you to get the fuck out.
All right. How you doing over there?
I'm doing okay.
I want you to get Danny, and if you want, you can sit in the corner of shame.
I'll see how it's going out there.
Yeah.
Some real.
You can come
boring
back in
people
whenever
out
you
there.
want.
Ooh, I can imagine.
Super boring. Okay,
Don't
so
say that. They're all going to be on the podcast.
Danny's up.
Danny is up. So get the fuck out.
Okay.
Get Danny.
200.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Proud, Matt. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, let me move that before you like break it again.
Why do we have a show with that guy?
I don't know, right? Isn't it crazy? We've almost done 100 episodes with that guy.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting rapidly approaching. Theoretically, we're on episode 300 soon.
We're rapidly approaching Debauchery Fest. Hey, Danny.
Hey, there he is.
Thanks for making me watch this.
You're
got
welcome.
You only watched the best.
Yes.
I actually had to watch I again because I didn't actually watch it because I thought the letters were at the end. So I just watched I today, which is
Which is this one, yeah.
This sucked.
Well, okay, let's talk about it. We're getting in there. We're getting in.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk. What do you think? I is for Invincible?
Yeah. I guess the old lady is immortal.
She's a vampire, right?
I didn't get that.
Look at her fangs, dude.
Gee, she does do kind of like a.
Those are the only teeth she has in her fucking mouth.
I think if you burn a vampire, they die.
Yeah.
So, at least in Twilight.
Oh, so that's an immortal rock. That's really what it comes down to. She has the immortal rock in her mouth.
No, I think that the rock is actually the sentient being, and that when she spits it in the girl's mouth at the end, she just transfers her consciousness into the girl.
Interesting.
I just think
okay.
I just took it as like that's just like the rock of immortality, but I guess it kind of means the same thing, right?
Because it seems like the girl was now possessed by that.
A possessed being by that thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that thing is actually the living creature that's still alive. The body is just a shell.
sure. I mean, that could be like if you want to like say like the physical piece of it. I'm just saying it kind of results to the same
Yes,
thing.
because like at the end of the day, I feel like she is only has the rock in her mouth, so she doesn't have to give the inheritance money to them, right? Is that what it comes down to?
Maybe.
No, I just think the rock is
Well, the rock says.
the rock is her.
Okay. So we got a little differing opinions on this.
The Rock is the
so you
people's
think?
champ.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. But this rock is either A, the rock of immortality, or B, as Danny's saying, its own sentient being.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So it could go one of two ways.
It could be
Either way
it could be like
goes,
a parasite.
It kind
maybe.
of sucks.
Like a parasite.
Yeah. So she's just frightening.
Yeah.
Not giving up her inheritance, which I thought I was for the whole time, and then they burn her alive. You lose, says on the lighter.
Yep.
And all these people are watching this lady, their mother, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
burn alive to get her inheritance. But is she really gone?
No, she comes back to life from the dead, which is why the rock is the rock of invincibility or immortality. Or
Yeah, I mean, it's called Invincible, so she's clearly
Invincible. So she's going to get back up, and they're going to have to, her charred self, they're going to have to chop her head off.
yes, but when that happens, she spits the rock into the girl's mouth, right?
Yes, the girl's mouth.
And now the girl has that possession essentially
I
of
think
being
it's some
invincible,
sort of possession. Otherwise, why would she just give her the gift of
immortality. I do like that. I do like when she asks who wants the stamp
That's a
collection.
great line. Great line. See, that's a way to execute someone.
They should have did that in Capital Punishment.
Yeah, they missed. I love that.
She gets a lot of tongue action.
Yeah.
What were you feeling, Dan, about the tongue action in this? A little too wild?
It's, it's a thing.
Aren't you happy that you did this one, Dan?
No.
Okay. So what we're doing at the end of each of these
Yes.
is we are giving them a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This is something we do on the B show, Final Friday. So we're doing the same thing here.
So, would you like to thumbs up or thumbs down that
This
segment?
is a down. This is
Okay.
a
And this is where me and Shane impart our
down.
opinions. So this
I mean, it
is
goes down.
interesting. I'm going up.
Oh, okay.
Going up. Liked it. Enjoyed it.
I have now downvoted 2 in a row, and I feel like that streak is going to continue for a little bit because now we're moving on to the next layer, which is J, which stands for Jesus, of course.
Yes.
And I feel like this was the most pretentious piece of crap in the entire movie.
Yeah. What do you think, Dan?
well, it started off hot.
Yes.
Little make-out scene between
Yep.
two guys.
They were going
Seen
at
that
it.
before.
They were going at it. You've probably seen it a lot.
I felt like it was like 2000,
You grew up with it. Really.
2011 in my backyard, and my sister was having a party,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just brought me back. brought me back.
You had a connection here.
Yeah. There was a film to self connection here.
Yeah.
Things I've seen. Studio looks great, by the way.
Thank
you,
you,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. We still need some work.
Yeah, we got to
obviously.
hang some stuff
Yeah.
up. Those will be going up soon. But
Yeah, it
otherwise,
looks fantastic in here.
We're getting here. We're getting there.
looking pretty nice. So, there's the lovers. They have the tattoo, like love is the law. Very important for
Is
this.
that what it says? Is that it's like Amor or something? And love is the law?
Love is the law. And essentially, the one guy's father is going to be very upset that he is in this gay romance. And he's going to put a stop to it by having the one person execute it. And he's going to torture the gay out of his son. Is that what he's going
It's
for here?
technically torture, but I don't think he's looking at it as torture. I think he's thinks that he's exercising.
Yeah, like a demon. Like he's
Yeah.
he's quoting like the biblical verses, is trying to like exercise the gay demon.
Yes, literally, that is what is happening here.
Which that's just not how being gay works.
No.
No, you get rid of it with the gay conversion therapy.
I don't think
We
that
all know
works
that.
either. It's
All I'm gonna say is I know what definitely doesn't work, and it's attaching the car battery to someone's testicles.
was it to his testicles? I thought it was his nipples.
I
Was it his testicles? You
thought
couldn't really tell.
I didn't see him on the nipples, and that's why I thought it was supposed to mean that he was. But like, while this is going on, he's also getting stigmata.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you mean?
His like he gets the
Oh,
clothes
yeah.
of Jesus in his hands and his feet.
Yeah, like he's being crucified.
Yep, and he starts to bleed, right, like from his head, from like the crown to
And
floor.
he's like envisioning them as like basically
Demons.
What? Yeah, like he's like in the old times, like when the law was the law, and like Jesus was the renegade, right? They're kind of making a weird comparison there. Like these religious zealots, like they're the law, and like he's like this renegade gay.
Yes, so like
A renegade.
renegade.
Yes. Is that guy supposed to is his dead gay lover supposed to be Jesus or just an angry demon?
Yeah, it's not though. It's a
thought it was
demon.
just angry gay
It's a demon.
Yeah.
It's a demon.
So the angry gay demon comes back with his scythe and he just starts cutting heads, cutting limbs, and he brands the one, right, with the cross, the burning cross. It's pretty graphic.
Yeah, it is. He's cutting him up. I mean, what would you do if you seen a bunch of people looking like the characters from the show Dinosaurs in the 90s, and you got to cut them up?
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Great show.
It's better than this?
Yes.
Look, like he's
Dinosaurs
it's
in
a
any
weird
of
it's a weird thing though, because it's like he's bleeding from a crown,
Yeah.
like he's got the holes in his hands. Not the greatest,
No, it's not.
but it's weird.
Yeah. At the end, after the demon kills the pastor and the other guy helping him, he goes up to his former lover and he puts the tattoo on his arm that says "Love is the law," and then that's it.
Yeah.
Do they kiss? I don't know.
Do they,
They
kiss?
no, they
I
don't.
think
They stare at each other.
They
Yeah,
do
but-
a loving stare.
We don't see a kiss.
Yes, but they could.
Do you think they kiss?
I'm gonna say kiss.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna say
and then
kiss.
maybe a little bit more.
Ooh, you think this movie's getting frisky with a demon? I wouldn't put it past them.
No.
Put it in the subtext. It's in the subtext.
This scene right here that we're looking at right now, where they're just like
I still don't
says "fuck the pain."
fuck the patriarchy. I still don't know like exactly
That's not the nipples.
what the central theme of this was. Like, what's the real message?
You can't pray the gay away.
I actually think that is just what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's all this visual to you
don't-
can't pray the gay away.
You can't pray the gay way. Yeah,
people are just.
I
born
agree.
Gay.
I agree.
You got to accept that.
But
I
like,
just think-
but so like, is he going to be like with the demon?
But
Yeah.
so here's the interesting thing is
Okay.
what goes against that message is when the demon comes back, the gay guy, he turns the cross upside down.
Right.
And he's also a demon.
Yes.
So are they saying that like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a dual message.
what
It's
is
really
the
weird.
message? Is that
There
like,
not a message. It's just crap.
what's evil? Being gay or
I don't know.
I think maybe it's that we're just going to accept the fact, like your description of us, like your meaning,
maybe.
like what your how you view us as a demon. We're fine. We'll be the demons then. We're going to be gay and potentially demonic.
I don't know. I will say this though: the fucking Bone Club scythe is a badass weapon.
Dude, I think the demon's really creepy. Number
Yes.
one, he reminds me of that fucking thing in the Green Inferno,
Yes. Yes.
right? Like
And I like that he's wearing like a
diaper.
I didn't put it together at first until they showed that he puts the tattoo on him that it was the lover.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh, is that like gay Jesus? But
You're-
look, he's got it upside
You're
down.
right. He
cross.
does. I didn't even notice that. So
Yeah.
it is almost like because like If he was killed, like, and he was innocent, why would they make him a demonic, like, demon?
Well,
getting mixed signals here.
maybe he wasn't innocent, but maybe his sin wasn't being gay.
Yes, so they let him go back and seek revenge. Interesting. With all that said, you giving it the thumbs up or the thumbs down?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down because I hate everything about this movie.
Okay.
But this was probably the best one out of all the ones I've seen.
Okay.
Oh, so you've seen Kristen's as well?
I saw Kristen's. I was watching some out there with Scott
Yep.
and the guys. Dirty Scott and the boys.
Yes.
Out there.
I'm actually going to agree with your statement that this is the best one of you and Kristen's, but I'm going to give this a thumbs
I'm also
down
going to
as
give this
well.
one a thumb. I was close. I
But
kind
it
of
is the best of your two and Kristen's two.
Yeah.
liked some elements of this one, but I didn't love it. It wasn't enough for me to love it because of the mixed message. Like it wasn't like strong enough for me. Like what are they conveying here? I definitely do not agree with the other statements you guys have made, with all due respect, that this is the best of the four. I actually think there's multiple better than this one. I think the last one was better than this one. I also think the next one is better than this one.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm about to thumbs down like 4 in a row. At this point, so
This set is not the greatest.
Yeah.
These were picked at random.
Yes.
So
K is literally one of the worst.
K is my
things I've
favorite of the
ever
four.
okay,
had to sit through
K
in
is my
life.
second favorite
Yeah.
of the four.
What is it this
Of this set of four.
this is your favorite of the set of four?
Of this set
Okay.
of kind of four. If I had a rank where we're about to go, granted we still have to talk about two of them, I would go J, K, I, L. And it's a long gap between I and L.
Well, L is definitely my least favorite of
Yeah.
this four. I go K, I, J, L.
Okay.
L is, for me, was one of probably the top 3 worst.
Yes, it's not as bad as H.
H is rough, T is bad, but
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
L is rough.
I think
for
the
sure.
whole movie sucks.
There's some good scenes,
There's
and
some
we've
good
talked
ones,
about some good scenes.
There are some good ones.
But
I didn't see those.
you'll have time to go watch
watched-
them because
I watched almost the whole thing.
what we're going to do now is tell you to get up,
Yeah, I'll go get my wife.
get the fuck out,
Okay.
and bring Kristen in.
Thanks, Dan. Oh, you got a quick plug for GKM? Where are we going to be next week?
When does this come out?
Tomorrow.
Our next show is March 15th at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, D-String. Thanks for coming. Yep, get your wife. Let's do this. This will be Kristen's first time on the podcast. I just realized. She got, I like K, I'll be honest, but L is rough.
I mean,
I like K. It's a mystery. Oh, it's black nail polish. What does that mean? I just noticed that.
symbolize something.
Let's see what Kristen's thinking.
Yes,
let's
that's-
poke
I'm
her
so-
brain.
We're gonna,
This
we're
is-
gonna deep dive.
I saw a lot of them. But
The-
I don't remember which one goes where.
This one was one of the most thought-provoking ones in the entire set, in my opinion. Like I truly. All right, Kristen, first time appearance on the podcast. How you feeling?
Nervous.
You're fine.
Oh, don't
You're
be
fine.
nervous. We
You're
just
fine.
bullshit here anyway.
You got
But
the-
we
you got-
could have gave you better letters. We'll be honest.
These are picked at random.
They
So
were.
you watched both of them?
So, disclaimer, I thought I did, but then Danny, messed it up. So the letters are actually after.
Yes.
So we did eventually watch this.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
It's a common mistake. It
Yeah.
happens to a lot of people. It's probably
Maybe.
something we should warn people about, so that's on us.
So let's get right into this. So we have K is for canal. What is a canal?
It's knell, which is the sound of a bell after a death or something like that.
I was very confused this entire episode.
Yeah, I was gonna
no
see-
idea what happened.
Okay, great.
Okay,
So
okay. We were really hoping you could bring me and Brian an explanation because we were currently trying to connect black nail polish to that, and we can't.
Is it blood?
that's black ink, and the only so she starts the scene by painting her nails black.
Yes.
So it starts there. Then she starts witnessing in the across the street apartment complex.
Like all the men murdering.
Correct. Like
Yes.
it seems like a struggle, but it seems like all these men murder their wives or
Yes.
spouses or girlfriends or whatever.
Significant others, side chicks, who knows?
It could be any of it. Why is that happening? Apparently, black ink.
So like there's
We don't know.
Or-
a bell
Yeah.
tolls, right? So
Yep.
like that means a death has occurred. A guy drops someone from a window.
Yep.
It's definitely intriguing, and the most interesting part is that she starts hearing knocking on her own door.
Yes. And then she's afraid to answer the knocking. She's standing close to her door. And then she starts to bleed?
She's menstruating.
So that was my question.
Strong menstrual.
Is it a strong menstrual cycle?
Strong flow.
Or was like, I don't even know.
Maybe a miscarriage. I mean, she's
That's
also
what I was
she's
thinking.
also bleeding from her nose. She's bleeding from
Yeah.
orifices.
Like, I couldn't figure out what was happening.
And then isn't there blood coming from outside too?
So that's the black ink.
It's the black ink, yeah.
So and that's why we were confused though. So like,
It's not all blood.
no. So it's like she's bleeding, and then the door's leaking the ink, and then the two tips touch,
meet.
and then there's like these flashes
Flashback.
of like kids.
Did
But-
she have an abortion? Or is this like
Well, that was the thing.
a miscarriage, an abortion?
That was my question. Because is it flashbacks of her as a kid, or is it flashbacks of the kid that wasn't born because of the black ink abortion that may have just took place?
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
have no idea.
gonna come up in a second. We're gonna see it, and
Yeah.
I'm curious to watch this one again because I want to connect the dots here. It's very intriguing to me. Like this one was thought provoking.
Like, what's the symbolism?
Yeah, I'm trying to get there.
exactly. Like, because like, what is this black liquid? And what does it have to do with the bell tolling? I get it has to do the bell's death, but like,
Is this like some kind of guilt of like her maybe having a miscarriage or killing a child, and then like she's seeing a potential all these people killing their wives, and she feels she should die?
that's what I'm saying. Because like, it's always like it was in the other apartment complex. There was like husbands killing or like other significant others killing, but like, since she didn't have someone else, did it just kill her insides? Like, what is actually happening here? It's really gross. Regardless, there's the black toenail polish.
Or is someone supposed to kill her, but her husband's not there?
But that's why I'm like, why is the blood attracted to the black ink?
Maybe it's her body punishing her for not getting pregnant because she's she's like single.
Maybe, yeah.
Because like when you have your period, it's because you weren't fertilized.
Yeah. Maybe she's supposed to be dead here.
And
She's
that's
gonna use
why when the
punishment.
two tips touch here, it gives all the flashes of like a child.
Yeah.
Is that her?
That's
it
why
could
I
be
don't know.
it could be her.
Yeah,
Was
I
she-
can understand.
Was she aborted?
We're
Was she
really
supposed to
deep.
be dead, but
Is
she was
the
aborted?
abortion?
Yeah, like, there's a lot of theories. It's an interesting one for sure.
I don't know, but
It's possible.
all right. So we've been doing this thing now. At the end of every segment, you give it a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you didn't. So what would you say for this one?
I don't know. It's hard. I would give it like a
Down.
sideways.
A sideways.
Sideways thumb, 'cause I didn't understand it.
So for me, I do like how thought-provoking it is. It's interesting. I want to know what's going on, but as a whole, thumbs down.
And I'm gonna go. I told you this is my favorite of your four. So I'm going thumbs up. It was
Okay.
thought provoking. I still don't truly understand it, but I kind of like the imagery, and I kind of like. I know it's something deeper, and I like how we're trying to pick it apart and figure it out, but we're not there. Danny's like, pick
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, so let's go to Uganda.
Okay, I'm gonna just apologize in advance. I think this is one of the worst ones of the 26. You had a rough. Well, we randomized these. This one, I didn't remember this until I rewatched this last
Yes.
night. What L was? It's Legacy.
Yes,
right.
L is for Legacy.
It is interesting. It's just odd
Yes.
I think it has potential. I would want this to be blown up more, like more context.
for sure.
For sure. Because like from what we took out of it, it's like since they didn't sacrifice this person here.
They became a rat man.
Right.
Yeah, they came back as like some kind of demon and killed the village.
But it had like vampire
was like a-
fangs.
it was
Or, like,
batty.
rat
Rat.
teeth. It had rat teeth.
It was a rat vampire demon girl, I
Because
think.
he like decided to like sacrifice the rat instead of the person or something.
So is that why it was a rat demon?
That's what I took from it.
Well, they were supposed to kill this guy. He's a king's orders, right?
Yes,
Like,
it was
the lady
king's
said,
orders,
King's
king's
orders,
orders.
kill this guy.
And then they don't. And he like replaces it with like a rat. Like they see a rat scurrying.
Right. And
Yeah.
so then the rat demon comes and like so the rat demon has multiple powers. It could melt your face.
Yeah.
It could teleport into nothing, and it could do the heart
turns
rip
you-
with bad effects.
Yeah, but I'd say
It
the
also
spec
turn you into like a rat corpse.
It does, yes.
Like,
the special effects in this one are a little off for me.
Like, was it intentional?
Probably in the style. It's a weird style shot. I mean, there's different directors in this, but yes, I like this theory of the rat god coming back.
Yeah, so, okay, that makes...
because instead of like the blood of the person,
It was the blood of the rat.
it's the blood of the rat. and that's like the ritual.
I like the hard cut. I do kind of like the hard cut of the rat god Ubini coming back.
Oh my god.
It's a hard cut of this thing just terrorizing their village.
It is just
But
it's absurd.
I don't understand what his role is in this. Like, did he make the role of the rat come back? Like, was he supposed to be sacrificed?
He was the one who was supposed to be sacrificed. And I guess since
And then
he
he got
wasn't
power?
sacrificed, he becomes the Rat King.
He just turns them to stone.
Yeah.
Stone.
Like, I don't understand that part. Like, why are they stoned? And why does he have a horn?
You're rat demon, so demons have horns.
I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Random chickens, and
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant, but
It's just like the heart rip. Oh my god.
Yeah, the special effects kind of throw this off entirely.
It just makes it work because this is a movie where the effects are actually really. Look at this.
He can teleport.
And the chop. He
The
does
chop
a
would-
judo chop.
I was going to say, that's like a freaking great Kali chop.
I love the acting though, like the way they
Yeah.
run so
Yes.
slowly away, and then like in the other scene when they were like pulling the little boy was laughing, getting like.
Oh my god.
An innocent priest. Here we are.
But they didn't sacrifice the guy. So like, is it the priest's fault for not sacrificing the person? Like, is that what we're supposed to take out of this? Or
It is a Prince Venom.
I don't know.
So then, were they supposed to sacrifice the king's son?
Maybe, and that's why they didn't do it.
King?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Well, that is Ellis for Legacy. So
Thank
would
you
you?
so much.
Well, what thumbs
It was a
up?
pleasure.
Thumbs
We-
down?
I'm gonna give this one a thumbs up because I thought it could be really good with more context, but
Okay.
that's fair.
Okay. I'm gonna go for my 4th or 5th in a row of a thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm the thumbs down this one too. I do like how you thumbs this one up, Kristen. So it
I
didn't feel
respect
like
it.
I can see like the potential.
potential.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I really wish the special effects were better though.
Me too. Me too. All right. So thank you. This was your first time being on. So thank you. But now in final podcast tradition, as I've told every single guest, is now your time to get the fuck out and go get us Melissa.
Okay, bye.
Kristen, thanks so much for coming.
but thank you for
Amazing
being
first
on.
appearance. Really appreciate it. Have some pizza, Dan.
Enjoy. Perfect.
Okay, good.
I
Get
guess
some out.
Melissa. Guys, get her in here.
Happy 200th. Where's my sign?
We do have it here.
Yeah, it's in there. We are debating whether or not we're going to put it up
Okay,
here
so
or
my signs live in the closet.
no.
No.
Your sign will be put up.
Yes.
I
We
hate-
actually have a lot of shit to put up if you can see over
the-
there. We just haven't
we're
decorated
gonna put a
yet.
couple of those up. The reality is, truthfully is, this may not be the final studio destination as we are trying to look for a new place already.
Oh, wait. Another, like,
But when we have our own home,
It will go up.
when we have our own home, it will surely be. If you open up that closet, it is there. It's definitely
right there.
definitely a great. It's a great closet dweller for
Do
sure.
not worry. It travels from studio to studio. It is always here.
I appreciate that you guys still have it.
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay.
Well, Melissa,
All
thanks for
this
coming
is
on.
completely on air at all times. Your
Happy-
entrance, everything. None of it gets cut.
Yikes. Happy
You tapping the
200th,
mic,
guys.
asking if you have to carry the whole thing, all on air.
Well,
Great.
the
We
good
love
news is, Melissa, last time you had some weird ones for sure. 2 years ago. This time, I think you probably have a really good set of two. Actually, I would say.
M for masticate is my personal favorite.
Matt, can you give me a definition of masticate? Because I don't know what that means. But this is a great. This is a really good one.
It's phenomenal.
Probably, if not the best, it's top 2 for sure.
Yes. So like
It
for me,
means to chew.
that makes sense to chew.
Got it.
Definitely makes sense.
All right. So yeah, this is if you don't say it's your favorite, easily a top 3 with like
Easily.
S.
Easily.
Or like you could even throw it. I love W.
So the funniest thing was this. I don't think it was so good. I'm assuming there was other good entries for M, which is why they created ABCs of Death 2.5. This one just could not be topped because isn't ABC of Death
It's
2.5
all the M submissions.
all M's that failed in comparison to this one?
Do you realize it's a redhead?
Yeah, it's a fake redhead
okay.
though, right?
Yeah, that has to be dyed, right?
I mean, it's nice hair.
It looks
It's just dyed.
aggressive.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. Didn't know there's a redhead in this when I picked you for this
Do you
one.
realize M, my name, redhead?
Okay.
It all just
Here we
kinda-
go.
Okay. I literally honestly, the only thing I had planned for is I thought it was funny that the man was on bath salts at the end. I'm like, this works for Melissa.
And we've been getting real. Oh my god. We have gotten real political today out of nowhere. But if you rewatch this, I'm gonna just call it out: Israel, Palestine, abortion, gun control. Look at this scene right here. Look at this immigration. We're talking all of it. Watch this scene. Ready for this? Watch this. I keep pausing it. Look at the sign on top of this guy's head. Give it
can't
1
wait.
second. Okay, this is taking longer than I thought.
It's okay. I like the suspense.
That's Ukraine in Arabic.
Oh my
That's the Ukrainian flag. No,
It is.
Wow.
Why is this movie so
it's ahead of its time. It's
Good
2014.
eye.
That so, Melissa, we're going to deep dive into this more, but now we're going to ask you 2 questions we've been asking everyone: Ukraine or Russia, and Palestine or Israel.
Oh my god. Can I vote to not answer?
You
Because-
can.
You can absolutely vote to not answer.
because you'd be the first person to actually answer if you did.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Because I'll be honest, we haven't asked that question to
anyone.
anyone other than Scrap.
Oh, you set me up. Got it.
100%.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so let's get actually into what this is.
Yes.
This is a really strong one. So this guy he's just looks like a madman running down the street. He is got
Piss underwear.
piss ass spoiled tighty whities down the street in slow motion. Definitely weird undilated eyes. Like his eyes look like they're very small.
Yes.
But he looks insane. And
Like if a cat's been sitting in the sun too long, those kind of eyes.
Yes.
So
he's flipping tables.
he's
Ukraine.
wild. Did you think this was a zombie man?
When I first watched this, because this one really stuck out to
Yeah.
me, I didn't know what
is
this
it?
was. Like, I just thought this guy was just like on some kind of like killing rampage.
Yes. And like the whole thing where the cop shows up and it's all in slow motion until the cop shoots him, and then it speeds up and you just hear the man screaming because the fat man has bit a chunk of neck off of that
In
guy.
slow motion.
Disgusting.
He just like
Look at that chew.
that skin comes off like
I
paper.
watched this last night after a few espresso martinis, and I was like, I might be nauseous. It's not even that bad.
I love his
I was
eyebrow.
like, I might be nauseous after this.
I love the cop's eyebrow raised before he puts a bullet in his head, and then it speeds up once the bullet hits his head.
I
With
did
that,
expect him to like bite someone.
Yes.
I was waiting for it at some point.
But I
It
love-
was the jiggle.
I love everything about it though.
Jiggle.
The pacing, once he shoots, it speeds up. Then you hear it's like inaudible, and then the guy just like screaming at the top of his lungs. He's lost his entire side of his face.
So what do you think of the plot twist though of the 34 minutes earlier?
So I watched him bite his neck, and I was like, this man is on bath salts. So then when I saw this clip, I was like, this is incredible.
So you guessed it
Yes.
coming into it.
Because
Okay.
remember that whole, there was like
The bath salts phenomenon where
Yeah.
people were eating people because they were on bath salts.
So that was my initial thought. And then when that was the ending, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
at least I had it.
I love everything about it though. Like, fuck
great.
yeah, I'll do some bath salts. They clank glasses.
Clink, and it goes to M. So, Melissa, we've been doing a thing on this 200th episode. Every single person, we have thumbs upping or thumbs downing their segment. This one is
Oh.
actually real,
Double
and I'm
thumbs
not
up.
making this up. Okay, so you're giving double. I'm definitely finally going back to my thumbs up.
Yeah, Shane's been on a streak of thumbs down.
for like 5 in a row.
This is a clear cut thumbs up.
This is so good.
We didn't even like pull any punches. It's one of the best ones in either of the in all of the movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go. N is for Nexus, and Melissa, right off the bat, good set of tits or not?
This guy's body could be
This
better.
guy's body could be better, could be worse. There's a thing with the ABCs of death and having people who are too skinny.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he eats.
Yeah,
He needs some of the other guys.
He's drinking unsweetened almond milk, so that's there you go.
with beer.
Well, that's a good combo. I used to have it with ice cream. So
Yep.
So I don't know why they have to be naked, but I guess they're like sending their video chatting each other naked because they're gonna do a meetup. And
Yes.
Matt, define Nexus for us. I know what it means. I'm just telling you to do something.
You're earning your pay here.
I was wondering why he was hiding this whole time.
Oh, he's our new producer. So if we need shit looked up,
Connection and link.
It's a link.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so if we need shit looked up, instead of us fumbling on our phones, not talking, he could do it for us while we still talk.
So I like this story. It's like I guess it's around Halloween, but it's like these two people that are gonna meet up by sexting. They're gonna meet up, and then it's everything that there's other stories thrown into the eventually like collision of all of them, crash, if you will.
And that lady's a bitch. And he's also,
Yeah, so
the taxi driver is a little.
he's a little much.
Well, there's something, as a man who has occasionally done Wordle while driving, you
God, don't admit that.
you don't want to do a crossword puzzle while driving.
Should you do Wordle while?
Well, I have it up on my dashboard on the
Does
thing.
that
so
make it better?
no.
I like how the word is convergence, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So this guy
Well,
almost
his
gets
last word he answers in the crossword puzzle is Nexus. if you
Nexus.
didn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that would stop him from doing crosswords and driving, like almost hitting two kids.
Well, no. Well, he technically hits one.
Well, he almost just hit those 2 kids with the father.
Do you like how this guy just like, starts walking like Frankenstein like, to get to the girl?
Well, like they do a good job of showing what his vision looks like in the mask, and I would never ride a bicycle like that. His periffs.
Yeah, with the mask on.
Oh my God.
So this lady is mean.
Yeah, she's a real bitch cunt.
Yeah, she's rough. She's definitely rough.
Not a fan.
They actually almost hit somebody. Like she's making him rush to the destination.
And like he goes through a red light, right?
Yeah, she put him on blast.
But he's talented. He has a mask on, one hand while texting.
Yep.
You know, kind of impressive.
That girl she's just walking, right? The other girl, like she's just like walking to him.
Yes, and what's crazy is she stops that dad and the child from crossing the street to give the kid candy.
And take a picture of him. He's like, "Can I take a picture of you?" And he's like, "No, but you can take a picture of me."
So creepy.
But that little bit of time that she takes from away from them is actually what gets that kid killed.
Yeah, because he's not continuing with his walk. You know, she
He's
stops.
like, you could take mine. He has a wife. Let's go meet your mom.
This is like a whole butterfly effect thing.
Yeah, 100%. Boom, butterfly.
This little bit of this little moment here. If she doesn't give him the candy and stop him, this kid does not take a bicycle to the dome.
Yeah, that's true.
Such an unfortunate way to go out.
I
Really
know.
is.
Can you imagine just watching both your maybe boyfriend / Instagram like Bumble hookup get killed while also the bicycle killing the child you just talked to?
My favorite part is the candy corn.
Just laying on the ground covered in blood?
Like, who gave this poor child candy corn, like, by the palm?
Wait,
Here
never,
you go.
You've never gone to a house on Halloween back in the day? I'm assuming you don't trick-or-treat anymore. Where they just threw loose candy corn in your bowl?
I mean, I guess I just don't remember.
Loose candy,
But, like,
I remember getting loose candy corn thrown in my bag.
did your mom say no?
Oh, yeah. No, my mom would never let me eat loose candy.
No, you get the loose candy corn. You get those loose gold coins.
Yep.
And then you'd also get fucking pennies, the penny people.
I hated
Yes.
the women who gave pennies.
The old
skip a
penny
quarter.
bitches. Yeah.
What about the worst was the one who would just throw like a caramel apple in your bag?
Yeah, just like
Or they give you, like, apple slices?
Yeah, I'm like, that's dangerous. That's where the razors hide.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
I've seen Night of the Demons.
Yeah, I mean or trick or treat actually too, yeah.
Both.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's Nexus, Melissa.
What do you think?
I'm not going to give it a thumbs down.
Okay.
Can I give a half?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
not the worst letter. I've seen
No.
a few out there, and they're a little rough,
Well,
so
here,
it's not the worst.
Well, here we go, because I'm actually giving it a thumbs up. I like this one.
I'm also
I like this one.
I'm also giving it a thumbs up. I'll be honest. The second this thing opened, I'm like, I'm very skeptical. This is gonna suck.
Yep.
I was impressed. I like the story. I like
too.
how it
It's
comes together.
Halloween
And
town.
it all came together really well. I actually like like you said, the last shots with the candy corn scattered and the blood candy. I think it's a very good shot.
It's great.
Yeah, no, that much better than your last letters.
You had the surgery one, right? Or no?
Well, okay, so she had ours for removed, which sucked, but she also accused for quack, which was a really good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't remember.
The one where they were going to shoot the duck in the desert.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but then the gun misfires and they all kill each other on accident. That one
Yeah.
actually was really good.
I was really scared watching that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have steered you wrong. You know that. So, Melissa, this is the part of the final podcast where we say thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much, Melissa. We
It was a
appreciate it,
pleasure.
of course.
But now, as is tradition, you now have to get the fuck out.
Okay.
Yep.
This is very interesting, though, because normally I would tell you to go get Mike Benanti for O&P. But as we had said at the beginning of the episode, his part has already been recorded. So we will be patching that in post-production.
Yeah, we'll get that in there.
Yeah,
I
we're
miss
gonna...
you, Mike.
Alrighty, so now we have
Yes, we are on to O. O is for...
oligarchy, mob
oligarchy.
rule. Mob rule.
Yes. We gave you some good ones, Mike.
Yeah.
O&P.
What did we give you in the first, in the 100th episode?
Do you remember what we gave you in the first one,
You
Mike?
gave me.
We gave him WTF. That's what we gave him.
did.
Yeah.
You
Some
gave
might
me-
say we did you dirty with that one.
You gave me Flashdance.
Jesus. So his would have been W, and what other letter would he have gotten? I don't
X.
remember. Oh, you got the fat chick cutting her fat off.
Yeah. And then
Which-
you got W.
Yeah.
With the, you made up a word.
It was literally just like it was like
Not the
you were trying to give me a
Targaryen. What
seizure.
was the word that you gave us? With WTF?
I can't remember.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You
Mike
expect me to
came
remember
up
year
with a
ago?
word, right?
Yeah, there's the flying thing with the target on it, and you came up with a word, And I'm like, yeah, that word doesn't exist. It's a fucking bullshit word.
Yeah, just
You came up with a bunch of bullshit like you did.
I don't even remember a year
The
ago.
TARDIS? No.
Maybe no.
Tardigrade.
Tardigrade.
Yeah, that's not a real word.
It's definitely science.
No.
Science it.
No, see, he keeps making shit up.
Science be science.
So that's why we gave you O is for oligarchy, because you can't make up words in a zombie apocalypse. That's where we are. We're in a zombie fucking courtroom.
And there won't be a hung jury today because this courtroom seems to have made up its mind.
Yeah. And just like every courtroom, none of them have brains.
Oh my God.
Mike with the political commentary.
Not me.
What a
Not
take.
polarizing at all.
What a take. Everybody in here is a zombie. And what is what is she on trial for? Murder?
Murdering her daughter.
Murdering zombies.
A zombie. Yeah, murdering zombies in general. And they're going to bring key witnesses that also are all zombies. One of them just being the head of a zombie.
Was it the head of one of the people that she killed?
Yes.
And is it just going to be like, you're guilty by screaming?
Is that how zombie courtrooms work, Mike?
Yeah.
So it's just scream?
Yeah. They just scream.
So there's like this cool drug that kids are doing. It's called zombicide. And apparently if you inject that into a zombie, they can be normal people and work real jobs.
And that's what's going on here.
And that's what's going on here.
Because now you have a judge, you have like
lawyer.
The attorney's like, I just recommend you say absolutely nothing, and then goes back into his where he's seated.
Yeah,
and even the counsel, like jury, everybody's a zombie here. This one is also it's foreign. It's like a Korean one. They're trying to Busan it.
Well, we know one thing: zombies are good at flinging poo.
They're big shit flingers.
Yep.
Better zombie flick, this or The Walking Dead? Go.
This. Walking Dead seasons
1 through 2, no. The rest, yes.
She's basically guilty, and then she tries to make a fucking run for it.
So, this is a great question. This might polarize the room. Is she guilty of murder?
Well, I didn't think so until they brought in the key witness,
The head.
the daughter.
Oh.
You kind of blast your daughter's head in with a fucking 357 Magnum. You're kind of guilty, right? Like zombie courtroom's not gonna.
See, I disagree. If your daughter gets a bit bitey, you just got to pop them.
Oh, I see what you did there, Shaun of the Dead. Thanks, Bri.
Yeah.
I love having a sound guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big fan of the judge, though, in this one. Because he starts yelling for no reason. It's kind of like Shane when he gets a little drunk. You don't know what noises are going to come out of his mouth.
I don't know what noise are going to come out of his body. That's about right. You go full.
It's that kind of day.
Yeah, I mean, you're going full tardigrade.
I guess we can make up words. Cleveland. Just talking about things that don't exist.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
North Dakota.
She's going to be found guilty because of the daughter's testimony, and they're going to put her in the electric chair, and she's basically going to say, down with zombie rights. There's probably a hidden message here somewhere.
Well, they're going to pump her with so much electricity that it actually brings back to life all the dead people they've been killing for murder, and now the zombies are the living, and the zombies made more zombies?
You're saying like this electrocution is going to bring her down, but it's going to bring the others back to
You're
life.
right.
But
It's
it brings back the dead.
zombieception.
Yeah.
Because the enemy of the zombie is the zombie made of electricity.
It's electric.
I mean, they're just re-energizing bodies at that point, and they're just with every person that's going to get the electric chair. It's almost like they're fated for the electric chair.
Oh, yeah.
They're fated for the mob rule.
Now, that's it. They're back. They're doing that. Now we're going to move on to P. And that is Mike's favorite.
Oh, I
And
love
it's
it.
not me and Brian's. What does P stand for, Mike?
Scary.
See, that's honestly, I think the only reason Brian gave you the episode. I think he wanted you to
Just
do
want me to
that.
stutter?
Yes.
One more time,
I can't.
please.
I'll get you at some point.
Scary.
So this is like one of the stick out ones I remember for watching this. And me and Shane were like, so which one are we giving Mike? And we're like, we knew.
Yeah. Like
I'm all right with
there
it.
was like certain ones, like granddad or grandfather, whatever that was, we had to give it to Mike G.
Like you just know.
Yeah.
He
It's
loves
made
old,
for
he
him.
just loves old people so much.
Yeah. And like Zygote, which we haven't got to yet, but I was like, Scott, that's a given.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
We're like,
Scary.
Scary.
How to
It's
go
going to you.
How to go to Mike? How to go to
So
Mike?
let's be clear. These three guys, they breaking out of prison? What is this?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is a prison break, and I can't tell if they're Laurel and Hardy or the Three Stooges.
Yeah. It's like a mix of both, but they all have like either Jew noses or Italian like schnozzes, you know?
Yep.
Because it could be an Italian schnoz.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can.
Or it could be
fill
like,
that out.
what's that Maestro movie with Bradley Cooper where he wears the prosthetic nose for and
The
got shit?
pianist,
He got shit for it?
No.
Adrian Brody.
That's Adrian Brody.
He's
And
got a
that's
big
his
nose.
actual nose.
Yeah, but he's got a big nose.
Yeah, there is a movie that where Bradley Cooper wore a prosthetic nose and he
It's
got
called
shit
The
for it.
Maestro.
Maestro, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of reminded me of, except these are like 20 million times worse.
Yes. But so what now we're gonna deep dive, and Mike, you're gonna have to explain to us. They're escaping from jail. Why is there a man holding a baby that has a man's face and he does an Irish jig? Go.
Well, he does an Irish jig. These guys are a little nervous. They're walking up to him. They're like, I don't really know how this big, muscular, beautiful man is gonna be. Once he starts Irish jigging, though, they're feeling it.
Yeah, but why does he Irish jig?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He does.
You're not answering the why.
Are you saying that you don't wake up one morning and just like let the Irish jig flow through you?
No.
I do every once in a while. It just
Let's talk
it
about
flows.
deep meaning. What is the deep meaning behind this one? They're breaking out from jail. They can't really see. Is it just like sometimes like is this represent like sometimes breaking out in your freedom isn't all what it's cracked out to be?
I think the moral is like sometimes it's better to be on the inside
Be in the system.
because you stay away from the Irish.
That's fucking right, Shane.
See, I can't even I watched this and I enjoyed the hell out of it, but I cannot rationalize any little
It
bit.
reminds me of the one in the first movie with the samurai.
The K one, right? That we gave to Tim or something.
with the samurai where they're sacrificing and like the face of the samurai
Yeah.
guy just gets weird. I think it was Dale.
It was Dale. You're right. It was Dale.
What's your favorite candle smell?
Ooh, candles. I like candles.
Hershey's chocolate.
That's a great one.
It's actually a really good
Yeah,
one.
it's a really fucking good one. I like that, and I'm also I love Christmas, so like the balsam ones are just
Right.
classic.
But it's not grape.
I like that reference.
Yeah, Poppy's a funny guy.
He is until
Poppy.
his head turns into a steak.
Well, it's weird because like they start flashing lights, and they just Poppy disappears and Bart disappears, and then the main guy, who is the only guy I don't know his name because I don't even know if they mentioned it.
Kind
I-
of looks
left.
like
I don't think they do, but he's the only one left because their faces melt, right? Like
Yeah.
for some reason.
they turn into like a weird steak fat bubbling.
Yeah,
But do they don't explain why? Obviously, this is like 5 minutes long.
Well, no. Well, the Irish jig will do that to you.
I guess so. And then he looks, he sees the guy Irish jigging back to him. The guy blows out the light.
I just already blew out.
He just blows out.
Well,
and
he
then
keeps every time he blows out the light, something out. He blows out the light. His face changes 3 different times.
He also does hold up Vern Troyer at the end.
He does. He holds up this little thing that looks like himself as a little baby.
Yeah.
So like, is this like a demon thing? Like,
There's
a lot of like folk tales about like demons that do this weird shit, but like it doesn't compute.
I couldn't tell you. And that's why Mike had to explain it to us, but he didn't do his homework.
Well, no, I did. I watched it, and
That's more than we could say about you and VHS.
I watched my parts, and then you gave me different parts. I wasn't prepared.
We do that sometimes here.
Yeah, but
I gotta see what this is.
you can't explain it. I am happy with the ones you gave me this year, though, because the last time I just didn't even know. what
X
was
was
going on.
awesome. You remember those girls jumping on the trampoline?
Incredible.
It always reminds me of that time. Remember, Shane, when you jumped on that trampoline?
Yeah, your trampoline. Good times.
Yeah,
I love your trampoline.
a lot of stuff was done on that trampoline.
So many things. Well, I guess, in the spirit of telling you to get the fuck out of here, I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of here because we got to start Q.
I think it's Damien, right?
Yeah, Damien.
Yeah.
So,
Damien, get your ass in here.
yeah.
We know you're right behind that door, you son of a bitch.
This isn't being recorded on a different day. So, yeah.
Get your ass in here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gonna need to look up what this actually.
what it actually means.
Yeah, now
I know it's clearly like an homage thing, but like what does it stand?
They're just like the director made it with zero intent of it meaning anything. It's like a Beatles song.
Yeah, we'll look it up and we'll mention it on Damien's part because I don't know how many times I have to tell you to get the fuck out.
I can't.
Why not? Oh, because I'm in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this has happened with a few other people, and then I have to awkwardly get up. Fuck. Okay, I'll do it again.
Thank you, Michael. That was fun, dude.
Thanks. It was great to be here.
Oh,
I'm going to take an extra shot of Crystal Skull for that one.
oh my God.
All right.
All right.
Get in here, Damien. Damien, welcome on. Welcome back. One of our first ever guest on the podcast, right?
Damien is the first ever guest on this podcast.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
Amen to that, bro. Happy to have you, man. Yeah, this
Definitely.
is gonna be. Let me just skip through some of these because these are for Mike. Yeah. So I think last time you had Gravity, which was trash.
Yeah. Sorry.
But you had hydroelectric fusion,
Which
or
was great.
whatever, which was really
was a gem.
strong.
It really
was a
is.
gem.
There's just something about a fox fighting a Nazi like tiger or something, and then they get buried and murdered in a hydroelectric pool. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now we're gonna talk about questionnaires because Q is for questionnaire.
And you got a Scientology vibe from this?
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely did.
Yeah. So basically, this guy is just getting a questionnaire.
Well, but it's interesting because it's like
It's intelligence.
It's side of the road questionnaire.
Yes, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, it's like sidewalk questionnaire.
I like it because it's like an IQ, and I like the flash forward. So basically, like he's getting this intelligence IQ test, while also it looks like they're performing a surgery.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Did this guy, by the way, look super familiar?
He does. I basically just said, "Hey, it's Patton Oswalt."
Oh, I see that. I actually see that.
So this guy is pretty intelligent.
Yeah, he gets a perfect intelligence score. He gets every question right. And the moral of the story is don't ever do that.
Really, don't be too smart on these, right?
Yeah.
Some of these questions are interesting. They're like those questions you do get on an IQ test. They're like what if this person did that and then that person did that? Like what happens? Like what's the summation of events? And he's like, well, that's like an unanswerable question.
Yep.
Which was correct.
Yeah,
She's
it
like,
was. Well, because like if you actually think about it, they give that the guy is 3'5" and the other person's 4'5", but you have to be 4 foot to ride the ride. But they just say this person's less than this person, but higher than that person. They could have been 3'6", and it still wouldn't have worked. He's a genius. He's the boy genius.
The image comparison's a little interesting though because I don't think that's really a test of intelligence. Like, is it? I mean,
I guess memory intelligence, like how fast you could process like two images.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess it's like how fast can your mind like process those two pictures?
So like, yeah, and like today is Friday, and in 3 days, Johnny's going to the store, and then Sonia's going tanning next Friday. Then ipso facto, do you prefer Sofia Vergara's tequila?
But anyway, just like
That's a lot to unpack.
like a synopsis of what's going on is like you get an image or image of him the guy that's taking the questionnaire. Like there's a team that's surgically removing his brain.
Yes.
This is so ghetto, though. If you look at it, look at the lights they're using. Those are not like those are like lanterns coming from.
What makes it even crazier is that is clearly a monkey mask.
That's
that he bought at Party Box. Like,
It's not a real gorilla.
No, but they didn't even like try to make it.
So thematically, he answers all these questions right. So they're like transplanting brains. They're putting this guy's brain into a gorilla. It's clearly a gorilla costume. Like it's
But it's the idea that he's so smart. They want to see if his brain can make a gorilla intelligent.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's literally what I thought.
The girl asked him if he wants to because he did so well on the test that if he would be interested in
The
opportunities.
gorilla has human eyes. Like it's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, you would jump at the opportunity, for something based off of a perfect score on a questionnaire.
And that's the thing. They're like, oh, we could give you this big job and we would love to have you. And it's just like, now I've learned never to actually accept that. It's really dangerous. That's how your brain ends up in a gorilla. But yeah, I kind of liked it, if I'm being honest. I thought it was actually a really interesting. It's like a very fast-paced one, and
I like it. It's not long, but it hits. It's interesting. It's thought-provoking. I liked it.
yeah. So now we've been doing this thing. Would you thumbs up this segment? Thumbs down this segment?
I would definitely thumbs up this segment.
Yeah. So would I. I would give this one a big thumbs up.
It's a big try-thumb here.
Yeah,
Big try-thumb.
So we're back. We're thumbsing things up again.
Yeah.
Everything's going great. Let's move to R.
One thing
Roulette.
I would say is just like this movie does get stronger as it goes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I
100%.
feel like it does get stronger.
I actually feel from Melissa's part of M to pretty much the ending of this movie now is all strong parts except one letter, which might be the worst in the movie,
Fair.
which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But it's not your part. You actually have a good one here.
Yes.
So we got R's for roulette. It is black and white, and we have 2 men and a woman playing Russian roulette in a basement. The door is locked, and they can't get out.
Can't get out. There's one light above, and the lady's gonna start off, and 6 bullets in the chamber. Doesn't go off.
Yeah.
This guy's telling her not to make sure that she doesn't, because she can shoot herself and still technically live.
Yes.
With like brain damage. So make sure if you're gonna kill yourself with the Russian roulette, make sure you do it the right way.
Yeah. Well, because you never want to get shot in the head and survive.
Yeah.
Because then you're just in a wheelchair.
Yep.
That's not fun.
So I think these 2 people are romantically engaged.
Yes, the one man, not the guy with the glasses, but the other man and woman, they
Right.
seem to be together.
Not the guy that looks like a knockoff Jeremy Irons. The other 2.
Holy shit.
And we really
You're
don't
on point.
we really don't have much info about like what's going on outside of where they are.
That's the cool thing. It's just
Yeah.
like, why are they here? What's going on? Who's telling them to kill themselves?
Yes. And that's why I like this. I like the tension each pull of the trigger brings. Like, they actually do a really good job of selling how intense this is.
A lot of questions are being raised, but they're gonna go again. The one Jeremy Irons, he hits. That's not gonna. It doesn't go off. Then the guy that's romantically involved with the girl, he's wearing a suit. Looks like he just got back from a gala. His doesn't go off. So now it's like literally got 3 bullets left in the chamber.
Yeah. The first 2 are each going to go again. It doesn't go off. So then the last guy, which is the girl's romantic interest, I don't know what they are, but he knows it's his time. He's going to die.
Yeah.
And I fucking love this twist.
It's great. It's great.
like
Yep.
out of nowhere, you hear the click, but you see him pull the gun and shoot her in the head.
I question, like, why is the choice to kill her and not kill the other guy?
Okay, so that's the thing, and I want to see if you guys both agree with me. I think he mercy killed her because they're afraid of what's upstairs.
Okay. Couple of theories here that are good, because Damien has a really good
Okay.
theory, too.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
potentially, yes, would disrupt Damien's theory, but either that or he really doesn't love her would be the other thing. Like, he
That-
really doesn't like her at all. Or maybe it was just a panic shot.
It could be, but I'm actually curious to hear yours. So what do you think?
Yeah, so my thought is, and it goes to like the end, which we haven't gotten to the end. So I mean, I don't know if you want.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
All right, so basically at the end, there's like some shrieking that happens upstairs, and they like invest. Well, they don't. They just pan to, the shrieking that's upstairs, but it's just like darkness, so you can't see. But in my mind, I was watching this, and I watched it over a couple times, and I was thinking like, it's possible that what really happens here is like. Obviously, he's the one that's supposed to die.
Yeah.
And the fact that he chooses to kill her instead of himself, it's almost like he's cheated death. So my thought is like, now it's like death is going to be coming for him because he like cheated himself out of it.
Interesting.
Final destination.
Okay. See that, like
Yeah,
you said,
that's
that
pretty
does
good.
counteract my theory, but I do like that
Yeah.
theory.
I
That's
mean,
actually a very good one too.
They leave it up to interpretation,
Yeah.
but like both apply and both are really strong. Like they're both. It's intriguing. Like the whole thing is just like what's going on. I know a lot of what they do here is that like they want you to think after you watch a lot of these, and like leaving it open ended like that. I do like it because it could be like the Grim Reapers up there that
Yeah.
are like shrieking, the monsters, the demons. Kind of gives you a Cabin in the Woods vibe too.
Well, it does, because the thing is, and I just kind of noticed it watching it now, they're surrounded by tarp. So whoever put them here knew there was going to be blood splatter.
Yeah.
That the blood gets caught on the tarp, and like,
Yeah.
and he even says it. They must have heard the shot, so they're gonna investigate. And you're right. Like, she wouldn't be holding the gun forward to her head to kill herself, so they would know like he did it. And interesting.
Yeah,
I like your theory a lot, Dave.
It is interesting. I mean, you still don't get the answer of why they're there, but I think that adds to it. It adds to the intrigue. So
I think it's great that you actually don't know.
Yes, yeah,
I
100%.
agree.
Some things don't need an answer.
No.
Yeah.
And this is one of those scenes where the no answer makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
So that is ours for roulette. It's a strong one for me. I like this one
agree.
a lot. Damien, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought they were both very good. I thought R was definitely thought provoking. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
So you're obviously thumbsing it up.
Definitely
I'm
thumbs
also going to thumbs this one up.
Yep. I think Damien, you got a really strong set of. I think for everybody, a lot of people have like one good and like one not so good, but you have a strong 2. Nick had a strong 2.
Melissa had a strong
Melissa had a
2.
strong 2. Tim's gonna have a strong 2.
And Scott's even gonna have a strong 2. The end. You're not a fan of why? I'm assuming.
Why is a little weird.
It is.
It's all right.
Caitlin has a very strong 1 about to come up.
And then a really weak 2.
Yeah. Really weak too.
Yep.
All right. So thank you for being on, Damon. Thank you for being a part. We could not do the 200th episode without you. Obviously, you are like our
Integral.
first ever guest.
Yep, integral
part of this whole thing. I mean, literally, you let us use your home as a studio for as long as you did. Of
course.
Years.
You are just as much important to this as we have been.
Yep.
So,
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. We're very grateful.
yeah.
So thanks for coming on, man.
Yes,
a lot
and
of
now,
fun.
in typical final podcast fashion, as I have said to every guest, get the fuck out and go get us Caitlin, please.
I will just say real quick.
Okay.
I mentioned this before.
He's like, I will not get the fuck out.
you,
I like it. I like it.
I have been signed up for 2 things that have dealt with monkey brain,
It's true.
Oh my
It's
God.
true.
Faces of Death.
Yep.
which is something I never thought I'd say.
It's a great
We
call
are going
out.
to find another monkey brain movie, and we are getting you on there.
Will we
That
be-
is a guarantee.
Will we be reviewing Faces of 2 next February?
We actually probably could.
We could.
We
We'll
could.
see. We'll see.
If it has monkey brain, sign this guy up.
All right, now I'm getting the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
now you get the fuck out. Get us Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin.
Welcome.
My
Welcome,
future
welcome.
wife.
Yes.
Thank you. Is this why you made me have S?
Well, S is a good one.
S is a really good
You
one.
said, like, can I get a good one? And we said, okay, well, you have S. We always say, like, what'd you have last time? I think you kicked it off with Apocalypse and Bigfoot last time.
I did. I did kick it off.
This is by far, this is my second favorite, I would say, of the whole movie, behind M. But I wouldn't be shocked if anyone
Yeah.
ever said this was their favorite.
Yeah, I think this one is my favorite. I
Yeah.
think the story's really, the twist is great.
I like how she's a ginger, so I appreciate that.
Okay, we can keep repeating comments of this.
I do. I like that she's a ginge. And I just think right away it was sus because she seems like, I love you, I miss you. And he's like, I got to do meetings. And by meetings, I got to do a dick.
Oh my God. Oh.
He does, though. So this is the thing. He's in France. You know he's getting dick.
I do like how they have the
No one
split
goes to
screen.
meetings in France.
They're having conversations 6:30 in the morning. It's him and it's her, and he's got meetings, but she's got someone knocking on the door here.
This is not your typical knock at the door. This is I'm going to break in with a hammer knock at the door.
Yeah, well, I mean, like he keeps knocking. He's scared. He's telling her. Caitlin thought his emotions were fake during this.
His emotions are lacking, right? Because like I'd be a little bit more concerned.
I think he was just confused.
That's literally
Well,
what he's
fine.
very confused.
There's confusion right now, but then like once they actually are not, she's not answering the door. So now the next logical thing is obviously hammer to the window, to the glass. He breaks in, this person chases her around. And at this point, you still think his emotions would be more. But he just looks like confused. Like, do I have to take a shit? Do I not have to
But
take a
the thing is, like, it's a phone call. Like, it's not like he's seeing it. So he's just listening to what
This
she's
would be me. I'd be like,
describing.
are you like, babe, are you okay? What's going on? Babe, what are you doing? What's going on?
I mean, he does instantly go to phone the police.
I guess.
Like, he
Yeah.
doesn't hesitate. Like, he calls the police instantly
Listen,
and
Shane,
reports
this
what's
is
going
called
on.
Women ESP, and I knew something was up before I knew something was up. I knew something was up.
But did you know everything that was up? Because the reveal of who the killer is the best twist of the
Yeah,
whole
I mean,
thing.
they're talking. So they're talking all about this, and she's like running throughout the house, running away from this person with just armed with a hammer, and then this person throws her down throws her down the stairs. She does. She gets a hairline fracture too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, some happened to her leg.
her leg pops out of her leg, and then so he's trying to talk to her when she's at the bottom of the stairs, knocked out, and nothing is being received on the end. Like,
No, because she gets her head beaten in with the hammer. There's actually something really terrifying about hammer killing.
Oh, yeah,
all
they're
movies. It's such
brutal.
a scary, brutal way to go.
Well, that little dent it leaves in your head's a
Yeah.
little scary. You're like
Yeah.
cracked open like an egg.
oh god.
You know? So she, oh God, ew, there's a bone sticking out of her leg. She crawls away from the intruder. Guy is still listening. I see a little bit more emotion now. A little bit. He like starts to get a little teary-eyed. She hits her in the head with a hammer, and then we hear a baby cry.
I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then he's begging on the phone. He's like, "Please, I don't care about my wife. Whatever you
I
do,
never
don't-
cared."
I never cared. It's why I'm in France. Please don't hurt my baby.
Don't hurt the baby. It's really the only thing he cares about.
Yeah. And which also could be why he doesn't show as much emotion for the wife.
That's what I was saying to
True.
Kaylin. I think the way that even like this is going to unfold, like I think it's like this is not. He's got no personal
Oh,
stake
see, there's
here.
there's the egg cracking of the head. And yeah, and so then you hear the baby. We see the intruder person go up to the baby, and then I can't remember what happens, but we're gonna find out in a second. But yeah, she goes up to the baby. He's still begging, and then she comes back downstairs.
Yes. And the baby does get murdered
Yeah, because you
because you see the crib filled with blood. And then there's the big reveal of when she takes the phone. And she's like, "Let me speak to my husband."
Down.
and he's like,
down.
"What are you talking about?" And she says it again, and then you see
The camera pan, baby.
the camera pan to the man in the bed.
That shirtless man after a night of ruckus lovemaking in France.
So the meeting is not a meeting; it's a dicking.
Oh, is a dick. This guy's getting his dick down,
You
dick.
think he's a bottom or top?
I'm going to say that guy on the phone is the top.
Yeah,
The guy in the bed looked like a bottom.
he was a
Oh,
bottom.
100%.
He was a bottom
agree.
dude.
Yeah, agree.
Which,
So-
I mean, the hammerer should have known her husband was a bottom.
And Caitlin's gonna agree
gonna
with
defend the hammer
yeah,
girl.
she's gonna defend the hammer girl.
Maybe not the well.
She killed an
She killed
innocent
the baby.
baby.
I'm not defending that, but
She
you know what?
literally killed the
You know what,
baby.
Brian? Don't lose the lesson. Don't lose the lesson, Brian.
But yeah, so we find out that her husband was the one sleeping with this guy on the phone. So to get revenge on her husband, she killed his lover's family. Is that?
She killed the lovers.
Yeah, it's a bottom.
Yes.
It isn't how it happened to the lover, but I guess it's the person that took away away from her. So
Yeah.
so this is the best, sweetest revenge for her, and that's killing the husband, and then obviously performing a 1-year abortion on the baby.
Yeah. Ooh,
Wow.
that's
Wow.
dark. Accurate, but dark.
We're very political today. We've got I know
We have talked about Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestine,
Now
abortion.
abortions.
Capital
Actually,
punishment.
This is our third time talking about abortion. Capital punishment.
This won't be the last time talking about abortion either.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
abos.
Hot abos, as we used to call them back in
Oh
the day.
my god.
So, we have been doing a thing. Thumbs up, thumbs down for the segment.
I'm gonna give Split a thumbs up.
As am I. It is the second best skit in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really strong, like all the way. And the way that I like how it's called split. Not only are they splitting from their spouses, they split the screen to get the dual's view.
Yup.
Great twist.
There's
Did
just
not
so-
see that. Did not. It could have went a million ways. I still didn't see it going
Yeah,
that
like
way.
it could have been like, you know, a woman cheating, or she could have like anything. But this was crazy, and I also think this is one of the few in this ABCs of Death that actually makes sense. The ending.
I agree.
So
Well, it's a definitive ending,
a
right?
definitive
like
ending.
there's no interpretation. You get a clear message of what's going on.
yeah,
Yep.
100%.
All right. Now, are you ready to talk about, in my opinion, the second worst one in the movie?
Yeah, this one's rough for sure.
Oh yeah, what is it? A little
T-
bit torture porn.
T is for torture porn. I just feel like with that title, they could have did a whole lot more with it.
Shane, you ever just feel a bitch up?
See, that's a trick question. Because, yes, but not in the context of this torture porn segment. Like, there's just something
This
very...
guy fish hooks her
That's
mouth.
what I'm saying. There's something unsettling about filming it while then catching a fish down her throat.
Yeah.
There's just something unsettling that she gives me Amy Winehouse vibes,
Ooh.
right? With her, that hair.
You're trying to make me go to rehab.
And
but
I said I'd rather do
Some
torture porn.
porn.
That's dark.
you got to stand above the competition.
Yeah.
So he's basically like verbally and physically abusing this girl, slapping her around, feeling her up.
Yep.
And then her eyes turn blue.
Is this how they actually cast for porn?
Yes.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real dark.
You have 3 cretins that are shooting this.
Yeah. They do a good job of giving him that like creep mustache.
Yeah.
Even these guys.
Look at the
like,
tongue
He's licking his lips.
yeah, you got like the director guys who I'm pretty sure one of them touches himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it this one? Yeah, look, he's rubbing. I told you,
You know,
he
I
rubs his
didn't- yeah, I
package.
didn't notice that.
I told you. Then the other one's licking his lips.
This dude looks like the one of the lead actors from Fired Up.
Oh,
grabbing
my-
it.
yeah.
The dude
And
from NCIS or whatever.
He's just, he's just slapping a tit, But then he pushes her. See, he always takes it a step too
Yeah,
far.
he
That's the torture part
gives him
of
the
it.
C- on the tit grade.
Well, they are small.
Small doesn't mean bad, though.
No. But
Oh, but there's something sliding under the in the cooch area.
yeah, I didn't know if that was a dick. Like that was my. I thought like when they show her skirt, I thought it was like a. Honestly, thought it was like a.
I don't
snake.
think it is a dick. I think
It's not. It's the tentacle.
it's a tentacle.
It's a tentacle, so
It's
that
a
makes
tentacle.
more sense.
And then all of a sudden, everything's gonna turn red and black. She's gonna get demonic eyes. She's like, "Not a dick. I love dicks." And then she just fucking goes nuts.
this is where I thought like I took an edible and didn't realize it.
Yeah, no, it turns into a fever dream. Yeah, the tentacles are gonna come and they're just gonna start like anally
I was gonna
penetrating
say.
that man.
And she's moaning.
Yeah,
like you
like
think she's taking it, but she's not.
She's torturing them with her tentacles.
Yes, so this just turns into just hentai porn.
What does it say? Like, this is Japanese porn right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Part of me might actually like it because this is what they get,
She's banging them with her tentacles. And this guy's shooting the whole thing.
Yeah, the commitment of the one camera
One
guy.
guy's shooting the whole
There's
thing.
always Brian in the corner making sure it all gets recorded.
Yeah. Someone's got to shoot.
Well, like I said, Shane, I've heard it once. I've heard 100 times. He wants to watch you one
I
day.
know.
So
I need to see Shane fuck so bad. Like, it's
I
like,
have heard this for
Yeah.
that has been since episode 1 of the podcast.
yeah.
I don't know. I just think like it was a wasted potential because it's just like it seemed like it had a good build up, but like kind of nothing happens. It's just flashes of it turns into a rave of tentacles and then it stops.
I agree with you. I feel like it could have been a similar similar thought process of like she's being tortured, she's obviously being degraded, and then she like somehow like switches it up on them. But maybe not with the tentacles and maybe not with the rave stuff.
Yeah, because she was just a demon. Like it would have made. I actually think it would have been more impactful if she was just a real person.
Yeah, it's like the damsel in distress being the distressed, like wolf in sheep's clothing thing. But I feel like they could have executed that concept so much better than making like this red and black, like strobe lighted hentai octo fetish.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. So yeah, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down.
I am finally going back to thumbs down as well.
This is a big thumbs down. On the back half of this movie, which is really strong, this is the weakest one of the second half.
By far, I'm thinking I don't know if I'm going to thumbs down one probably for the rest of the potentially.
Yeah.
I gotta think.
Potentially, yeah, as we watch them. But yeah, this is it's one of the bottom 3 for sure.
Well, thank you for giving me a good one and then a not so
We got a really strong one though.
It's just what you always have to get back-to-back letters. Actually, only I would say like 2 people have actually gotten good.
Two good ones
in
back
a row.
to back. All right.
Some people have gotten 2 bad ones in a row.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny and Kristen. But yeah, thank you for being on the 200th.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, baby.
All right, I'm gonna go cuddle my animals now.
Well, wait before you go.
Oh, okay.
I just have to tell you. Get the fuck out.
Wow. Shane, get the fuck out of my house.
It's the rules. I'm sorry. I don't make them. Brian does.
You're right.
But we do need you to get us Nick Citro.
Okay, that's fair.
This is it.
Not finished yet. So we still got all of our horror movie posters we want to get up on the wall behind us.
What you're leading with.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, you're right.
So they announced a sequel.
Yes,
Yeah,
by
I
the
did.
way, before we get into your letter, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer. The second one looks pretty good.
Really?
The trailer looked pretty good.
Okay.
It looks like they're trying this time.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Nick, it has been way too long since we've had you on. It was Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was probably 2.5 years ago.
It was a while ago.
It's been
a while.
It was an early episode we did. Like
It was. I think it was in like the. Was it in this? It was under 100, right?
it was because it was the second Christmas we did.
trying to
Because the first
remember.
Christmas specials we did were the Black Christmas movies, and then
That
the
was
next
brutal.
Christmas we did. So it was probably 2021. I think it was Christmas of 2021.
Yeah.
That would make the most
Good
sense.
to be back. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, long overdue. And if you were going to come back, the 200th is the perfect place to do it.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yep.
it. This was an interesting one.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
We
For
gave
sure.
you 2 definitely ones we can talk about.
Yes.
Have you ever seen these movies before?
No, I haven't actually.
So-
And I did watch through. I watched up through K, stopped, then I went to TUV,
Oh boy.
and I just watched Z out there. Z was an interesting.
Z's interesting for
It's
sure.
actually I
You
feel
get to it. I don't
I feel
know.
bad for you because starting from M to about S is the best set of them.
So all right, good
So
to know.
you skipped
I'll have to
all
go back.
the good ones.
All right, that's fine. That's good to know. Okay, I'll have to go back.
Yes. But yes, so we got you on U is for Utopia. And this is a society of just people wearing entirely black. Everyone is slim, everyone is fit, and everyone doesn't look like our main character, who is this balding, larger man, apparently.
He doesn't fit the mold.
He
here.
doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't fit this utopia.
Yes.
They kind of clock him from the get go. Man falls. Nobody else falls in this society. This man falls. He's a total category 6 subnorm.
The fact they call it subnorm
It's hilarious.
is so disrespectful.
They have like their own like a radar. Like they could just tell. Like they just do like a quick scan to find him as a subnorm.
And then like so we've been getting political on this accidentally, but are we gonna call that the cancellation police?
The cancel pod comes for him.
Yeah, and he gets sucked up into the cancel pod.
Since we became so political, this is a metaphor for immigration, right? So this guy comes out. I'm kidding. But in all seriousness,
Yeah.
So like he is an outcast, obviously not fitting in. How does he even get here? Is my first.
That is like a
It's-
good question.
It really just drops you off in the middle of everything, and you have no clue. And I also kind of I feel like it's a risk, but the no dialogue really, I felt like it's
sells
hit
it.
or miss, and I feel like it really sold it. in
Adds
this
to the
case.
tension. My only other thing is just like he like again like how does he get here and like what is he doing there? He's just like walking down, like obviously being very weird, just trying to get through. Like where is he going?
So, and this is my thing, and I was thinking about this. Is this whole world this utopia, or was he trying to move into this utopia to try to assimilate, and he just wasn't fitting in?
I'm gonna go with that because like it looks like it's an airport.
Yes, I actually agree, and like I think they do a very good job of making it very unsettling with everyone applauding.
Yeah, just the blank face, and then like at the end, it cuts to the kids all like happy, excited, like children. Because then I'm like, okay, wait, now do kids also fall in this category? Or do kids get a buy? Is there like a certain age where like they now get qualified? Yeah,
They clap in total unison.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like their claps are like literally at the same cadence, which is really kind of Black Mirror-ish and creepy. This man's gonna burn alive in the cancellation pod.
just go about their day.
Yeah, nothing weird about
Like,
it.
is subnorm like the assumption is like, are they just like other humans and he's just a lesser person? Are they something else? And he like that's where I was also so confused by it. And not even confused, but more like I'm curious.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
What are they all different categories? What are the categories here?
Right, right. If
Category
he's subnorm
6.
6,
Right.
oof, can they go down to 10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I took it personally as just like, not that he was he was just a lesser person. They viewed him as lesser, and that's why they canceled him in the cancellation pod.
Yeah, which is literally burn you at the stake.
Yes.
in the pod.
Very witch hunt-esque.
Yeah.
So, we've been doing a thumbs up, thumbs down for each segment. So, for this segment, would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I give it a thumbs up because, like I said, it has me thinking about it still enough where I'm still thinking, okay, what could possibly be the setting of this? Like, what's behind it? Like, I do want to know more. I'd be curious to see more, honestly. And again, I feel like I actually looked up this director, his influences. He cited like Cronenberg and Sam Beckett and Terry Gilliam. So, like I said, that makes sense with like the very minimalist like design and like no dialogue.
Yeah.
So it really had me intrigued. So it gets a thumbs up for me.
I am going to completely agree with you. I'm going to give this a thumbs up as well. I thought it built a believable society in a matter of literally 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And I bought into everything that was happening. And it made me, like you said, want to actually learn more. Like, this would be a very interesting, I think, short film of like 20 minutes.
Next. No, it was good. I did enjoy it. Yeah, for sure. What this movie does good is it gives you like the good ones. They give you like just enough, but like leave it completely open and interpretive for you to like put your own thoughts into it. Doesn't have to be right, doesn't have to be wrong, but it's definitely intriguing, thought provoking. It makes you want to do a little research. So it's good stuff.
Okay. So, moving on to V is for vacation. Let's get dirty. Let's go to, I guess, Thailand?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Somewhere Southeast Asia, it had to be, right? Like,
I was thinking the same.
Yeah, this is the story of two bros on vacation.
Two bros, 2 for 1.
And they are, oh God. The one guy is doing a video call with his fiance or girlfriend? I think it's his girlfriend.
Yeah, probably girlfriend.
And him and his friend, they're out on It's really nice area that he's out on the balcony. He's filming, talking to her. Then his friend shows up.
His friend's a little weird.
Yeah. What? Okay, so there's a lot to unpack.
Oh, really? I
Because
agree.
The friend one made it seem like he had hooked up with the girlfriend at some point.
Correct. Totally agree.
And it seemed like he was jealous that his friend was with her, and that's why he exposed him.
And he wanted to plan this whole thing to expose. 100%. Thought the same thing.
Because when he's like, and look at this girl's titties, oh, it kind of reminds me of yours. I'm like, well, that's an interesting statement to make.
Even the comment at one point, like we're on their call, she goes, "Oh, so I guess was Dylan out there like talking shit about me?" So even there, you could tell there's either some sort of like tension or something between the two of them two outside of. I think this guy's name's Kurt.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's Kurt, and
And you're like, wow, this guy's got crazy bed hair.
Yeah.
All the beats, like you could tell. I mean, look at his veins; he's like going nuts. He's jacked out of his mind. Like he's,
yeah, it
something's
is
going on.
It's just like.
This guy's wild. His
It's-
tongue action gets nuts.
This is such a grimy scene to watch at times.
Yeah, it's really
no, it
grimy.
really was.
Yeah, like
I think they really tried. It had like an element of realism. Like
It
for me,
did.
like I feel like this could literally just like be really quick and happen. He's giving this lady the world, his other girlfriend, the world tour in the hotel room.
do you know what I thought this guy was channeling though? Logan Paul when he
Yeah.
used to do vlogs.
Yeah, like the
It
Vine shit.
Not with the coke, but just the way he holds the camera and shakes his head around. It kind of reminded me of a younger Logan Paul when he used to do vlogs like that on YouTube.
Look at this sweet little peach.
Oh my god, it's just
The hooker in the room.
yep. It just takes her clothes off. He just slaps her, and then we find out about the Thailand 2-for-1 special.
That's what he's saying. Kurt's girl,
Yeah.
which is this lady's mom, the 2-for-1. He's gonna go up to her. He's gonna give her a good old sniff,
Yeah.
old doggy sniff.
It is absolutely wild when he just grabs her butt and starts sniffing. I'm like, wow, okay. I'm in it now. I'm in it now. Let me strap on in. Yeah. So Kurt is the one that's trapped on the balcony. He eventually gets back in and he's like, give me the phone, give me the phone. Oh, yeah, I forgot there's the famous
Yeah, I got
screwdriver
so
trick.
concerned. As soon as he grabbed it, I was like, oh, where the fuck
He's
is
like, have
this
you
going?
seen I
No,
spit on your
come
grave?
on, like-
Yeah. Yeah, so
He's like, don't listen to him. I had nothing to do with this. I was on the balcony the whole time.
Laying here with a screwdriver on the side.
there's massive amounts of coke. There's alcohol everywhere. The one girl starts to like trying to calm him down, but he just slaps her.
It is because she's in the way. This girl's probably drugged out too.
Yeah, 100%. And the crazy thing is like, how did he think his girlfriend was going to react to watching him slap a Thailandese prostitute?
Yeah, not well.
No. And then he grabs the phone and he's like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
He's like, literally, I had nothing to do with this.
So-
Zol Dylan, that asshole. This is my zone, the balcony, where I was the whole night.
I don't know why he honestly, and maybe because he just wouldn't think about it, like take the outs. Like clearly you have a shitty connection. Just like hang up real quick and just say, oh yeah, the call dropped.
You're
When
right.
Dylan's clearly trying
He-
to start something.
Yeah.
100%. Like he should have just hung this up immediately. Like
Instantly.
Or honestly just said, hey babe, sorry, I can't get through to you. It's not
Yeah.
this is Shane last night after 6 espresso martinis.
How many are you in today?
That's only my second. I got to drive home today. Yeah, last night, though, we were playing Rock Band. We're having a good time. We had 6 espresso martinis.
There you go.
Good time. But, yeah, so Dylan is going to get locked inside because now Kurt's out on the balcony, and he's trying to warn Dylan that the older woman has gotten up behind him with the screwdriver, and she just stabs him in the jugular and just keeps,
Going to town.
like... It's terrifying. Her covered in blood. She doesn't look human anymore. She looks like a demon.
She stabs him a million times. You think this is out of shame or because she's a killer vixen lady?
I think it's out of them slapping her daughter.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like
That's what I took
revenge.
it.
Good point, yeah.
And then she threatens him, and that's just his fault.
Yeah,
there
I
was
mean,
clearly a balcony there.
He should have known.
Being an athlete. Come on.
Yeah, right? Like, come on. Who hits a balcony and just tumbles over that klutz? He ain't playing basketball. He ain't got coordination.
No.
This was like ominous, just like
Yes.
very slowly, like
She stares at the camera, covered in that white boy blood.
I don't know if you've seen VHS, but Brian, did that remind you of
I
VHS?
At
When
the hotel,
siren
the
grabs
the gargoyle.
Yep. So there.
VHS. I'll have to check it out.
Yes, I think it's actually the first clip in VHS. There's a woman, she meets these guys at a bar. They go back to the room, but there's a scene where she gets the phone and she stares into it like that, kind of covered in blood. Reminded me exactly of this scene.
Question: when she looks into the camera, is she wearing braces?
Let's find out. No, that's just her teeth.
Yeah, it's just
oh wait,
no,
is that
I
the
think you
bottom,
might be
right? You see it like
actually,
the bottom.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Like a retainer, perhaps.
Yeah, because it looks like it's almost silver, right, at the bottom.
I'm gonna go braces on this.
Okay, we're going braces.
I mean, I'm going.
Amazing
Yeah.
you picked that out.
I don't know. I just saw it. It was what was on the screen.
Yeah.
Trust me, and if I want to know one thing in this life, it's Taiwanese hooker teeth.
So with that said, would you thumbs up or thumbs down this
Honestly,
segment?
I wouldn't give it a thumbs up in the sense of the way I just gave you a thumbs
Yeah.
up, where it was like very thought provoking. I'd give it a thumbs up though, honestly, just because like it's so hectic and all over the place.
Yes.
And it just goes from 0 to 100 so quickly. It's like that classic like slasher style.
Yeah.
So like I'd give it a thumbs up for that reason. So
Yeah.
slightly different from you, but also, it was a fun one.
And Shane, I'm sure you have some insight knowing the whole theme of international hookers and like let's see what your take is.
So I'm actually going to give this a thumbs up as well because I actually do like the chaotic nature of this one. It takes a lot to make me feel uneasy, but when Dylan has the phone filming the entire room, I legitimately felt uneasy watching that, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself that I have to give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up for sure. I enjoyed that one a lot. I really thought it was entertaining all the way through. It wasn't like interpretive, like everything was pretty much on the level, but like it was just really entertaining.
Yeah.
Even doing these two back to back, I thought it was interesting how like the first one was so like it gives you so little and you really have to draw everything for yourself. Whereas like you said, Brian, this one everything is right in front of you. There's really not much more you can maybe what is Dylan's relationship with Amber, but like that's it. Everything else is like right in front.
And you don't even need to like know that.
Right.
It's just like a minor. But you were one of the lucky few who got two back to back good ones. So
there we go.
Because we've really given some people some shit. But yeah. Thank you for being on and talking about it. It felt good to have you back for the 200th. And we have a movie coming up we're going to probably do in December. Now, you haven't been on the second and third one, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 will be reviewed in December.
In December, by that time, I will watch 2 and 3.
And actually, I'm going to be 100% honest. You don't even need to watch 3.
Really? So
you probably
well, you definitely don't need to watch 2.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. You really just have to watch 4. 4 is so disconnected from anything else, but it's directed by this guy Brian Usna, who has done some very strange movies that we have recorded. But it also stars Clint Howard. The guy who is in,
he's in all like those Billy Madison movies, like the weird. He's like, but he's also in the Ice Cream Man.
He's the Ice Cream Man.
I'm trying in Billy Madison. I'm not Billy Madison. He's in a lot of Adam Sandler movies. He's in Waterboy. Is like a part of that like witch hunt towards the end.
Yes.
Like
he always play this just a weird character.
Was he was like one of the guys, like one of the two guys talking? Not Rob Schneider, like
yes,
Joe Montana.
Yes,
was he the one?
That was him.
That is him.
That said Joe Montana was a quarterback.
Yes.
Yep.
That is him.
Exactly who it is.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
he's
It's
one
him.
of the main characters in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, and it just has this weird witch and bug element that has nothing to do with the first one. And apparently, Clint Howard is Ricky in that movie,
That's fucking
which
crazy.
is the main character, which was the younger boy in your movie. So,
all right, well,
that is definitely something we would like to have you on.
When it's official, I will prepare though. So consider me in.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank
So,
you, gentlemen.
as we have said to everyone, thank you for being on, and now is your time to get the fuck out of the room and bring us our next
Who
guest,
am I announcing?
which is Tim.
Tim.
Thanks for coming, Nick.
Yes.
Really appreciate it. It was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you very, very much. All right, Tim, welcome back. You
Tim,
are one
welcome.
of our most reoccurring guests on the podcast. You're up there with like Damien, Benanti, my brother now. Like,
Yeah.
it's good to have you.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And Becca with 2 C's sends her regards. She really wished she could be here today.
Yes.
However, she did get an opportunity to watch our letters for this this event. And I think she was as speechless as I was, but I have the opportunity to speak on it now. So
Yes.
Amazing.
Because we knew going into this, we're like, what would Tim like? Fantasy Man.
Fantasy Man are definitely a ripoff of He-Man, and I
Yes.
kind of like it with the kids watching the commercial of Zorb, right? Like Prince Cassio and his adventures in this fantasy world. Fantasy Man is OP. I love it with his like cobweb of destiny.
Yes. Okay, so also we didn't mention W is for Wish. That is what we were on. So these two kids get sucked into the world of Zorb and Fantasy Man. And they are instantly greeted by Prince Cassio, who flees like a little bitch.
Immediately.
absolutely, I think, annihilated, right? In the process here.
He's like, we're all fucking dead. He knocks up and leaves.
And they just look, and there is just
Death?
pandemonium.
Yeah, it's chaos. Everyone's fucking dying. You got Zorb's people shooting the civilians here, I guess,
Yeah.
on this weird interstellar planet. And these kids are just thrown with their kindergarten striped t-shirts. Heads are blowing up.
The kids give the worst hug of all time.
It's a pretty weak hug. It's like a Are You Afraid of the Dark hug. And then they become prisoners and they got to go to Zorb's castle.
I feel like, you know how you see those memes and jokes about, these very innocent looking action figures, and they have like the most traumatic story that you as a child like created while you were playing with them. That's this actualized. Like, it is. By the way, a lot of crazy shit happening in the elevators.
Yeah, we can talk about it because there is a body that's cut in half and the intestines are just being ripped out. There's a man with a hole in his chest and they're putting a crystal where his heart should be.
That guy actually getting tortured by the like Starbucks goth barista.
Yeah.
Probably had, to me, I think the best fate. I was like, that sounds like fun. I would be on that floor.
Sign me up.
Sign me up for that floor out of any of the floors in this.
This tortured skeleton. With
the fire poker?
Yeah.
So
My God.
The one kid's put in the dungeon and the other kid's brought up to meet Zorb. And Zorb takes his mask off and the kid melts into bones. And then the bones are presented to the other kid.
Right, like this thing is just basically Cthulhu.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Especially with the tentacles and the way that they present it. It's like looking at like. It's like looking into the eye of God or something.
Yes.
You would just explode.
Yeah, the shining light.
Yeah.
It does look like Cthulhu with his. But it's like a winged beast.
Yeah.
And I love these like Jim Henson looking like troll monsters
Yes.
that pop out.
I feel like I'm watching like what's that Tom Cruise movie?
Legend.
Legend.
Yeah, Legend or a Crawl or like one of those weird '80s movies.
Which, if you haven't seen it, 1980s fantasy movie starring Tom Cruise, Legend. It is him in a world of like those like wood nymphs and like trolls.
And like Tim Curry's the devil.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Like, you
since
need-
Tim Curry, sign me up.
You need to see this movie. So anyway, the one troll shows up with his battle axe, and Fantasy Man's like, "I'm Fantasy Man."
I love
And he
Fantasy Man.
throws
Fantasy.
This net over him. This man in his red tights. He's sleep fun gore.
my old
I
friend.
love it. I
It's
love
like
it.
his roofie net. Like
Yes.
he just throws it on you and you just go unconscious.
His sack is being held by an arm coming out of the cave dungeon wall.
Gets
Quickly
the
into the sack princess. It's this little boy because he's old and demented.
Yo, I love just the way he says. He's like, "Princess, get into the sack. Get into the sack, princess."
Just this whole sequence of and all like we're almost there, and the boy being like, "No,
Ride on a beetle.
the beetle." It is giving like old school fucking like 80s like animation vibes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
For sure.
So this ends with the boy in the sack and him riding away. And I am sorry, Tim, that we just keep giving you ones that end with bad things happening to children.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go back to the 100th episode and having Klutz and Libido. And
Libido.
You guys are so good. I feel so lucky to have like the most schizophrenic letters in the sequence in my mind. Like this was really good.
Yeah. We try. We try to cast everyone well. All right. So now we go to X is for xylophone.
We have to thumb these up.
Oh, you're right. I didn't do that. We've been doing this the whole time. I forgot to do it. We're like 28 letters in at this point. We have been giving a thumbs up or thumbs down to every single letter. So would you thumbs this segment up or down?
Simply for Fantasy Man alone, this is a thumbs up.
I agree. I would 100% give this a thumbs up.
I love this one so much. I love the nostalgia. I love how it's just like this, like Fantasy Man. Also, like your heroes are not what you would expect. Like the whole theme of it, I love. Pretty funny, princess.
It is fantastic. So we're on a good streak right now. So let's get to X is for xylophone. It stars the woman from the movie Inside, as I mentioned to you,
Yes.
and Ryan caught on right away.
A notorious baby hater.
Yeah. Accurate. So the story of Inside is this woman breaks into a pregnant woman's house and tries to cut her baby out of her stomach.
Very natural thing to do.
Yes. So this kind of she is typecast here.
For sure.
She just hates children, and she just takes these roles because she's just just a perfect fit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a great casting for sure. Someone did their research.
Yeah, like they knew because she's babysitting this little girl in her butterfly attire. She has her wings on, and she's just hammering on a xylophone.
She's smashing the xylophone for like 5 minutes. She's going to town.
It's absolutely ruining her ability to listen to her classical record, for sure.
Which I think I'd rather listen to the smashing xylophone than whatever she was listening to.
No, she didn't let this girl cook long enough. She didn't have enough time to cook, I think, in making her new original single.
Well, if I had to choose between listening to a 5-year-old play a xylophone or Ice Spice, I'm taking the xylophone.
I mean, that's fair.
No love for Ice?
No.
I mean, she is New York's Princess Diana, but I'll allow it.
It's accurate. I do agree with that, but there's only so many songs I could listen to about farting out of that ass trap or something like that.
Okay, that's fair.
You think you're the shit. You're not even a fart.
There we go.
There you
That's
go.
it.
She's so she's like really watching her. Like this girl in this little fairy outfit just hammering away at the xylophone. She's going nuts. She thinks he's like the next Neil Peart over here.
I feel like every kid, I wailed on the xylophone.
Oh,
you
same.
can't not wail on the xylophone. This is the drummer before the drummer.
You put a xylophone in front of me right now, I'm hammering the
Fucking
xylophone.
demolish it.
Yeah.
You don't know what she is, but then like the parents come in, so you're like, okay, well she's the babysitter.
Yeah. And then the parents come in, and the look of horror on their face.
The scene is not what they thought coming home from wherever they were. Maybe a nice night out.
It is graphic. So you just see blood, hair, limbs, and it pans out to the babysitter playing the xylophone with her rib cage.
Correct.
Like
that's
this
the new
girl
xylophone.
is eviscerated.
Yeah.
I would want to say that this woman's hands have the PSI equivalent of a hydraulic press.
Seriously.
Because this child is annihilated.
Oh, she's like busted open from the
there's
inside out.
nothing left, like except the rib cage and these bones. There's literally nothing left of this child.
I like how she's wearing the wings of the girl.
It's sick. It's actually really sick.
She's got me your new baby now.
She's like, I just didn't like her song, and I just could do better.
It's so fucked up. Just looking at this scene.
There's no dialogue. I would assume that, like, based on her age here, she has to be like the grandmother or an aunt or something who's just like snapped. But like, my God, this was in such a switch from the other letter. Such a switch, but like still incredible. Absolutely.
I don't know what it is, but X is probably like the most gruesome of these ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because X was like, was it Excision? I don't remember.
XXX.
XXX, yeah, where she was like just like
The
cutting
fat girl
herself
cut
up.
all of her fat off.
Yeah.
Very natural thing to do as well. Yes. of
Where
course.
she's just skin and bones at the end and she poses in front of the camera. It's very dark in the first one.
Yeah, it's nice to know that in this one they continue the theme of people just hacking flesh off of themselves.
Yeah.
And even more so. Like also, 2 letters where kids got screwed over.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine. That's fine. There's some really good ones in here, and then there's some not so good
Some
ones.
real
but,
stinkers.
Yeah.
there's a couple of stinkers, but I was very grateful to get these. These were quite the treat.
Yep,
Yes.
you had 2 strong ones for
You
sure.
definitely did. So, same thing. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I would give this one thumbs up.
I am also going to agree. Thumbs up for this one.
Actually, one of my favorite ones in the whole set. I really like this
Really?
one. Yeah, it's really dark, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
Thought it was pretty sick.
It's straightforward, but it's so gruesome. I like it. It's interesting.
I like that they had to show you the shot of the child again to make you feel bad.
Worse. Make you feel worse.
Right, like make
Yeah.
you feel worse about what just happened, even though I'm like, okay, this kid's being kind of loud as shit,
This
like-
is her then, and this is her now.
Usually you would reserve that for like you've been watching a movie for an hour and a half and this is the climax of it, and this short is like what, like not even like 2 minutes.
I
long?
think it's like 2.5 minutes.
Hey,
and they're-
just wanted to remind you,
This was the
child
cute
died.
yeah, this is the cute child that died.
And you've probably forgotten that Fantasy Man took the other kid at this point. We're just gonna move past it.
They would have been better off being abducted by Fantasy Man.
I mean, getting abducted by Fantasy Man versus getting literally
Turned into a xylophone.
Turned into a xylophone. I could think of worse things. Right?
What has Fantasy Man been doing in that dungeon all these years?
Because he left so easily. It's like he was waiting for a child.
I think him and Zorb have a deal where he just waits and hangs out
Oh
down
my
there.
god, that's so
I
dark.
actually don't think that they have like a thing going on. That's why why he was there.
I'm buying in. All right, Tim. Thank you for being on. Like I said, one of our
Absolutely.
most recurring guests. So
Congratulations
always
once
appreciate
again.
it.
Thank you.
Seriously, Thank you.
Thanks for being on. It was a lot of fun.
Here's to another 100.
Thank
There we
you very
go.
much. Hell yeah. Now, Tim, without further ado, get the fuck out of the room and bring us our last guest, Scott.
What an asshole he is, Scott. Yeah.
It's the fucking worst.
Yeah.
Fucking worst.
God, I can't wait to talk about this next one.
Oh, yeah. I love why. It's always about really bad things happening to kids, apparently.
Yeah.
This is just gross. This one's fucking gross.
This one is really gross.
We're talking about it before
I
Scott
love-
gets
I
here.
love that you continued to give the dynamic of just giving the worst ones to him.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
Just like Banana.
Yeah, no.
There
that's
he
how it
is.
goes. There
No.
he is. Number 13. Lucky number 13. Even wait, that's the unlucky number, right? 13 unlucky?
13 is, yes, naturally an unlucky.
11 is the lucky number.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I've made a mistake. All
That's
right.
nice.
Let's do this. Let's wrap this up the right way. We're going to do Y is for the youth of America, or in this case, Japan.
Japan playing the Fender Stratocaster. This girl's just like basically just verbalizing a diary and a text message.
Yeah, so, Scott, we have barely been like talking about heavy themes like capital punishment and Israel Palestine. What's your opinion on suicide?
We're here.
Should it be allowed? Should it be criminalized?
Honestly, so this girl's cutting herself,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that. The whole thing is like she's replaying events from her childhood. I think her mother let her dog die or something.
Her father, I think, let
Her
the
father
dog
let
die.
the dog die. Like she's complaining about her brother and his career choices. Like there's just a lot of things going on, and she's not happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole thing is just like she talks about a traumatic part of her life. We see it reenacted in gruesome detail, and then we see another cut on her wrists.
Yeah.
For dealing with that kind of pain.
I don't think
Deodorant.
she's trying to kill herself. I think this is more of one of
cry
those,
for attention.
Yeah, the attention seeking. So,
True, because she's not doing the suicide cut. She's doing the look at my scars cut.
yes.
That's dark. That's really dark.
Like the way she's manifesting it, like her brother's getting these like fucking facial warts,
Yeah.
and then
that's
like
her brother.
No, that's her stepfather.
Oh,
actually.
stepfather, sorry,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
sorry.
her stepfather.
and like the Stratocaster's coming out of his mouth. It looks like she's bashing him in the head with it, or
Mm-hmm.
like that's what she's thinking of. She's trying to kill him in these most gruesome ways.
Yeah, well, she talks about how like you said, the dog wasn't fed, and then the guitar, and like her mom is just telling her to go out and buy him cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then we learned that the mom didn't feed her; she just fed her French fries and burgers. So then we see the most
Always
disgusting
junk food.
depiction of a burger come to life and shoot French fries into her arm.
And she wanted those eggs, and then she became like an egg lady.
I
Yeah.
hate the.
Oh, she was popping out eggs of every possible form in her body.
It
That was
grossed
that was
me
something
out.
else.
I can't watch that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. There's something about food becoming real and murder. Like
these
it's disgusting.
These food
It's
slugs.
It's
Veggies.
disgusting to look at.
Is this what's worse, this or the claymation?
There's just something
Yeah?
about food being brought to life in a horrific way that is just scarring to me.
Like that? Like
Ugh.
that giant burger with
It's
teeth?
gross.
Yeah, but when the teeth sink in, it gets juicy. And so you know, it's a good burger.
Ugh.
Then it shoots out
the fry bullets,
fries,
Fry
yeah.
bullets.
the fry darts. Then she
I
makes
think the fry killer vacuum might be the best part.
Rips
Yeah.
her hair out.
Yeah.
Sucks. Ooh.
So, yes.
licks her tits.
Sucks
Yeah,
on
there's
the
a little
teeth.
tit lick, and then like it turns into a dick. I forgot.
And
it
on
turns
the
in-
bottom of the
it's
dick,
French
there's
fries.
French fries.
Take out your horny frustration on me. Then there's the semen pop that goes into her cheek.
And it's all because she had a rash on her forehead and she wasn't brought to the doctor. So then she scratched it too much and she had scars. This is fucking disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting.
Some real childhood trauma here for sure.
I have childhood trauma watching this now.
Yeah. Look at those eggs.
This is horrendous.
She turns into like that Last of Us character that looks like it's got like a flower head or something.
Oh my God. The clicker? Right?
Is that
the
a
name
clicker?
of it?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can't see. It's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole thing's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, that's it.
But no, it's not. Because a giant middle finger grows out of her vagina.
Oh yeah, when she puts the middle finger up, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about
so
that.
then all she does is turn around. So that was obviously still part of her imagination. She turns around, she flips them both off, I think.
Yep.
Or the camera. I'm
And
not
then
sure.
she does a running punch.
And then, yeah. And then friggin' AJ Styles super punches her stepfather. And then that's it.
I don't understand.
No
the
one
su-
dies.
I don't understand the significance of the super.
The dog.
punch.
The dog had already died.
Like, look at this shit.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
There is a giant middle finger.
And then she's going to do, like you said, the Superman punch into the camera.
See, she does. She flips off the camera. She doesn't even flip them off. Does she flip them off?
No, she does the Superman punch to them now.
She's like, fuck you, world.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
For the bloodline. And then it clips everything she hated, and it ends. And that is Wise for Youth. And now...
By Soichi Umezawa.
Yeah, I'm never going to watch anything he does again. So, would you give this a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Down. Thumbs down. Because there were very few notable scenes in this whole 26 skits movie. And this was not one of them. So we're going to have to go
Thumbs
double.
down.
I'm not going to give him a double thumbs down. Single thumbs down.
I'm giving this a thumbs down as well. This is, besides T is for torture porn, the worst letter from like M onward, pretty much.
Yeah, it's definitely the worst letter from M. I'm struggling because I didn't love it, but it was so creative.
It was.
But Brian, what do you really think about NASCAR superstar Denny Hamlin?
I'm just happy that you're here to see this.
That's what I really want to know. What you're
Ultimately, I'm gonna go thumbs down. I don't think it was like
Yeah.
super. As weird as it was, I wasn't like super like profound. Like I'm
There's
not.
also no death, so maybe I am gonna
I'm
give
not
it
like-
2 thumbs down.
I'm not like totally moved by it. I don't think it was like the worst thing I've seen, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, it was.
It was no F is for fart. That's for sure.
That's a fact. It wasn't that bad.
I had that last time, didn't I?
Yeah, it was fucking great. Miss Yumi's ass, and then there was like a whole ass
Yes,
blast
get
in the ass
sucked
cocoon.
into the ass. It's
Well, the good
crazy.
thing is you have now Z is for Zygot, which is obviously brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah.
top 3 worthy, probably.
it's phenomenal.
But this is truly why we gave you the letters we gave you. Y was just a consolation to getting you to Z.
Understood.
Because Z is what you embody as a guest on this podcast.
Yeah, and Matt-
you are the
Wondering where you were
teeth.
going with that.
You are the teeth in the vagina. You are the hobo with the shotgun. You are the shunting ritual. You are.
I'm
you
such a shunter.
You are the zygote.
you are the literal Zygote. Matt, give me a port lock lookup.
A what?
Port lock? Because
Just
the,
need a definition.
Yes.
the thing is, this lady and this man's going to go away a brief trip because he's like, just make sure you're pregnant. Just eat your port lock medicine.
Yes, he's going to get the midwife to help her give birth.
Yeah.
The midwife is a day and a half trek away. He said he'll be back in no time.
What is time really in this?
Yes.
Time is crazy.
The issue is it takes 13 years. It actually takes longer, but he's gone for 13 years.
Yeah.
Further than expected. All the port lock is gone. There's just maggots everywhere. This place is a filthy pigsty.
What I want to know is what was in those jars that are just strewn along the dirty floor for 13 years.
I think that's her water jars, her food jars,
But she
her
doesn't
port
have
lock jars.
She's
Looks like
been
there's-
hunting cats.
That's a good point.
Look at
Well,
this-
she ran out of jar food.
It looks like there's bones. Like she has to feed her. She has to feed her baby that she's had for 13 years in her belly.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This is 13 years later. The baby is full grown in her body.
And is talking to her.
And talks, yes. The
Due
baby
to the
talks.
port lock.
Yes. So there's a full grown, like 13-year-old child in this body.
Yes.
Talking to her.
It's like a giant tumor that's being dragged along with the mother, who also hasn't aged in these 13 years.
No, and they're trapping cats.
It's the port lock.
The poor, yeah. No, I get that.
It stops aging. So she tells the child it is a bunny rabbit she caught, but it is actually a cat. So they're eating cat tonight.
Yep.
and not to mention, in this scene, like right after she gets the cat, the child says, I'm just tired of eating the same thing. So does that mean like it's just the same because it's being digested then given to the kid? Or is it the same because she just keeps killing cats?
I think it's the same because everything she eats is just the same digested stuff going into the...
Yeah.
It's gross. It's all gross. But this has like a deeper meaning because like the child talks about wanting to leave and finally come out, and she says, "What you can't leave me? Like why you can't
Promised you wouldn't
leave?" And it's like I guess really the deeper meaning has to do with like the abandonment issues maybe a mother feels when a child wants to finally leave,
Yeah.
move out on
Yeah.
their own,
Yeah.
and-
Exactly.
and it's really dark, especially when the child is now gonna give the hug around to her spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little reach around.
Yeah,
action.
and
Nice.
sever her spine, killing the mother.
Just a quick little.
Yeah. And then she's like, I just need to make some room. This part is fucking gross.
Yeah.
In like the best way imaginable.
It is the best way imaginable.
I found
Her flesh bag body.
Yeah, I'm gonna reference that claymation thing.
Yeah.
The claymation part was a D. Yeah, D. That was the worst, like gruesome. Even though like I don't know, something just about claymation, the way it's done. I thought this wasn't even close, except so to picture if you haven't seen it. She's literally the mother dies, quote unquote, and the baby inside is literally pulling the bones and the organs and everything not necessary except for the skin, and the mother's mouth is vomiting all this stuff out. And the worst part of all that was the weird face that the mother now has because it's boneless.
Yeah.
And it's long and like stretchy.
Yeah.
That was more disgusting to me than anything she was vomiting up.
Yeah.
And the sound
being
of
pushed out of her
sound
mouth.
effects.
the sound
right?
effects are crazy because it's just like it's just straight squelching for a few minutes.
Yes, that is the word
And
that was used
'cause
outside as well.
it's just like popping out of her mouth. There's blood squirting
Like, look at
everywhere.
that neck. There's just a neck. There's no chin.
Because there's no bones anymore. The bones are out.
What I really love about this scene also though is the sound, like the music in the background, like that beat that they have is wild.
It's so well done because you see actually how they do it, where you see the bones coming through the skin and
Yeah.
being pulled up and pushed out. It's so well done, and it's why like when I see some of the other ones where the effects are terrible, I'm like, if these guys could do it, they're on the same budget.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
everyone was given the same budget. So like if someone's doing that,
Yeah.
what are the other people doing? Are they money laundering? Like
Yeah,
what are
they're
they
just
doing with their money?
pocketing a few bucks. A little too much spent on lunch.
Yeah, because
Which is why she's out of food.
I got nothing to report.
Nothing on Portlock.
it might not actually exist.
It could be a made thing.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, give me the definition of zygote. I know what it means, but I want the official definition. I know what it means for cell. Zygote is just like it's like what the cells look like. I think.
Yeah, I
when
think
they're
it's like-
joined when you're about to have a child. What's the definition of a zygote?
It is. That's Wikipedia. Hold on.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah, no. Self-formed by the union of two gametes.
Of two what?
Gametes.
Gametes? Interesting. I don't know what a
So
gamete
a
is.
cell.
Yes.
That's just a cell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Developing individual produced from a cell.
Okay. So they've come together, and now she is wearing her mother's skin. She cuts all the excess baby fat stuff off.
We don't actually know whether it was a girl or a boy.
No, it is specifically mentioned. I don't know if I'm a boy or a girl. So now this boy girl is wearing the mother's skin. She cleans up the whole place. And in the plot twist of plot twists, 13 years later, the father shows back
Just
up.
walks back in the house.
And he is such a dick. He's like, you made a mess.
The whole house was like dark and uncleaned for these 13 years of while this was going on. And then once the child takes over the body, she literally cleans the whole house. Like it looks just the way it did when he left. He notices this, like, I guess, kind of blood stain.
It's the
that
blood
was cleaned
stain,
up. And then they get into this conversation. She says that
Didn't sit right.
Yeah, the baby didn't sit right. You know, she had to cut it out herself. And I don't know if the child is pretending to be the mom at this point.
Yes, but it's very dark because the father said we could just try again. And she responds with, I don't know if I can do that.
Again.
Strictly because she doesn't know if she's a boy or girl.
Yeah, you think that's why?
Yeah. I assume because if she doesn't know if her boy or girl, she doesn't know if she can reproduce.
Yeah, she said,
Of course you can. He just starts zippering
Zippering
her back.
her and the clothes fall off and it cuts to Zia's for zygote.
So I have a theory.
Let's hear it. I love a good theory.
We can agree that when he walks back in these 13 years later, he looks the same, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they've done this before.
Oh well, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that's maybe her hesitation of, I don't know if I can have a child again and go through that again.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't know, like I couldn't tell if they noted that there was a scar on her to
Yeah.
begin the whole episode, but
I mean, she's also 13 years old.
Yeah. The whole
but
the whole thing's
it
dark.
could be there's probably, there could be some other thing going on where it's like, okay, they just keep doing this over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah, they keep repeating it. So like I guess when I watched it the first time, like I didn't know I like what you're saying, Shane, I kind of like Yeah, so like you don't know if she's a boy or a girl. She's wearing the mother's skin. I also didn't know also if it just like her mother just was the birthing and it just looked exactly the same as the mother after it was birthed and came out of her body.
I don't know. All I know is it was very interesting to watch.
Yeah, also interpretive, but very interesting.
And it's a great way to end the movie.
Yeah.
It's such a strong end. Such a strong end to this movie. So, once again, thumbs up, thumbs down.
This one's a double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like I said, between this and M, I think were the two best ones out of the whole movie. And then there were just so many misses that this one gets 2 thumbs up. And I'm happy with that.
I'm gonna give this one as well a thumbs up, and I'm gonna say I actually think I thumbs up more than thumbs down.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure. I definitely did. I love this one. This is definitely top 3.
Yeah, I think so too. My top 3, I'm gonna say MSZ.
Yeah,
with
for
a
me.
very close W.
Yep, I have S and M and then Z. Like totally agree with those 3. I also really love W.
And X.
I love X and I love W. Those are good ones.
The whole ending.
Q and R. That back
like,
half is really strong.
It's strong. Besides T.
Yeah, the back half is really
from
strong.
M onward, T and Y are the only weak links.
Yeah, T wasn't fine. Which one was Y? Young. Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking like the ones before me. Yeah.
T is torture porn. Not good.
Yeah, that was nothing there.
All right, so now everyone's out of this room.
Review time.
Review. This is a much stronger movie than the first one.
Agreed.
I think all the letters are much better for the most part than the last one. There are some parts, obviously, in the first one that are really good, still hold up, but with this one, with S, with M, with V, with W, Z, like R, Q, I could go on. There's so many good ones. I actually am going to give this movie a very strong 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Like, for the most part, the effects are good. The acting's good in most of them. Like, the music cues in some of them. Fantasy, man. Like, I fucking loved it. 7 out of 10, man. I think it's a better rating than I gave the first one, too. So.
Yeah. I gave the first one, I think, a fucking 4.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I have ABCs of Death 2 at a strong 6.
Yeah,
So I really enjoyed it. There are some ones that are just like meh, real misses, but the ones that hit, they're really thought provoking and they're really strong, especially at that second half of the movie. I feel like every other one, maybe besides like Y, is just so strong from M on.
Yeah,
like super strong.
I completely agree with that sentiment.
Story driven, creative, new ideas, new concepts. It really is much better than the first one.
I completely agree.
Like, there's 3 of them on here. I think that we said there's like really weak, but that's only 3.
Where in the other one, I could think of a lot.
It's like half of them.
Yeah, or like terrible.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously there's 26 choices for our Necronomicon. I am 100% going with the woman who gets bludgeoned with a hammer and S.
Oh yeah, that is a good one. Or the baby in S.
Both are good.
Or the zygote lady.
There's a lot.
Or the coconut lady.
Also great.
Yeah, there's a ton of good ones.
It's tough.
Or the hitman in the very first one.
Fuck, that is a good one.
Dude, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bath salt guy.
Incredible. Actually, incredible.
Like, this is fucking tough.
Honestly, the Dylan getting killed with a screwdriver in V.
Yeah, the guy just falling. Yeah, like, dude, there's a lot of
Cancellation pod burning alive.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to go with Zygote Lady.
Okay.
I think it's the most memorable one for this. Not my favorite one, but for me, it was the most memorable one. So when that baby kills her, that was like my call out. So I guess we're going to have to flip a Necronomicon,
which is back in studio. Brian, I will let you decide. Do you want this side or the other side?
Give me the top side.
This side?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Give it a quick flip.
Okay, it's the yours one.
It
whatever
is.
That one.
The Necro coin decides it's the fate, and we're going with the wife in Split. You were an innocent bystander in all this, really. You were the wife of a cheater, a dick cheater, as we like to call you here on the podcast. And for some reason, the other dick cheater's wife, instead of getting revenge on the 2 guys, decided to kill you and a baby. How sick is that? How twisted is that?
It's vile.
It's vile.
It's evil.
You deserve better. You also deserve to have a name, but you don't. and we're calling you the Hammer Lady. And I feel so bad for that. I also feel bad that we have to put you in the Necronomicon and subject you to being with the dogs from Signs and the radio from Thing. So rough. You deserved better. You deserve better than getting killed because of your husband's mistakes, and you deserve better than being in our Necronomicon. But here you are in the Necronomicon, and that's it. That's the 200th. And now we're going to have everyone come back in this room, and we're going to take a shot.
Yeah, I gave a toast.
Crystal Head vodka.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's coming.
It'll taste fine.
There we go.
It'll taste fine.
Everyone's got one. Perfect. Okay, so
That's how we roll.
everyone.
Water right here.
This is a hamburger water.
Oh my God. I just want to say to everyone, thank you for making the long drive out here to record the 200th with me and Brian again. I appreciate it. Everyone coming. I know it's a far drive, so thank you for taking the time out of your day. Thank you all for being guests on multiple episodes. We have a lot of vets, a lot of people who just started, like Kristen and Nick. You're going to finally come back on in December, so thank you all for making the trips and just being part of this ride. Damien, as always, thank you for having your house as our studio for almost 2 years. I really appreciate that. Your wall doesn't, but we do.
Your wall, your drywall.
Yes, and just thank you for everyone for supporting and listening and all that. And Brian, if you have anything to add.
Thanks.
So, with that said, let's all take a shot at Crystal's Head vodka and end this episode right.
There we go.
200. This shit is gross.
Ow!
It's so good. It's too good.
It fucking sucks. So, with that said, we are the final podcast signing off. And we will see you next week for episode 201, which will be a movie that I'm about to announce because I don't know it off the top of my head. It comes at night. It's going to be a good one. Very good one.
Thank you all for coming. This was an absolute pleasure. www.thefinalpodcast.com. We'll see you next week, but most importantly, in 100 episodes for the ABCs of Death 2.5. That's what we're doing. Let's go! We'll see you in 2 years.